All right, check out my banners here.
Oh man, yeah.
We got that one, and we got that one. All right.
Drew, you look like you look tired.
What?
You look tired.
Right, I'm wore out, man. Like, just feel like I've been beat to death, honestly. I've been laying a lot of floors lately, so on my knees, and that's just killing my knees and back.
You know that's not the only reason you're on your knees. What you trying to say?
Hell no. Y'all hear about what's his name dying? Larry King or whatever his name is, the old guy.
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah. I just found that out.
Hank Aaron passed away yesterday. He was 81, I think.
Yeah, he was on up there for sure.
Yeah.
So you guys can see the comments on your side.
If I push the chat button, I can.
Yep, I can.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
And then there's a private chat on there as well. So if we need to talk separately, to click on that, and only myself and Bam can see it, and vice versa.
Looks like we got the Liberty bearded in. We got Brian Hershey. So thanks, guys, for coming in, saying hey there, buddy.
Yeah, those guys are early. That's awesome. What do we got here? All right, so this is I'm going to be smoking this one while I'm cutting up the other ones, but I got to remember his name now. Man, if he's watching this, he would kill me.
Oh, damn, I got the fucking hiccups. Damn.
Drink some water, man.
Eric Espinoza, that's it. Whew, my goodness. So this is his 601 The Wick La Bamba.
I like that one. That one's good.
So this is my first time to try it out, and I like because it's got a little wick right here.
Yep. Yeah, the first time I did it, I didn't even know that's what it was, and I just left it there.
Yeah. So that's
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah. Well, this is I met Eric quite a few times when I was down in Florida. Super awesome guy, and if you ever meet him, he always addresses you as bro, regardless. So.
What you smoking today, Drew? What you got over there?
I got a Archetype Axis Monday.
Yes, the Axis Monday. That is Michael. I always screw up his last name. It's Italian. Hell, anyways, if you ever get a chance to meet Michael, what's going on, Alfredo? Welcome, brother. He is a down-to-earth guy, but he's very flamboyant, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. He's a peacock, so he always dresses up flashy, and that immediately draws everybody towards him, and then he'll talk your ear off about cigars and stuff, but he's a very down-to-earth guy. He'll talk to you about anything you want to talk about. He's like a big supporter of the troops, all that. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with him when he came out to Charlotte. So, awesome guy.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. And let's see, I got my Perdomo Lot 23 that I just picked up. You probably ain't gonna be able to see any of it, but there it is right there.
Nice. Now that could be a medium-bodied cigar. Maduro, maybe?
It smells Maduro. I like I said, I got nothing on. It came in a pack that I got because I saw it and I was like, ooh, I'm going to try it out. So we're going to do it and see what we got.
That's good.
So just to show everybody, this is my preferred cut right there. Little crown cut right there. That's mine. And all that is taking this V cutter and doing it one way, turn it 90 degrees, do it another way, and it gives you that crown. I don't know. I really enjoy this cut on all my cigars.
I like the V cut, just the straight V cut. I've never tried it that way. I'll have to check that out sometime.
It tends to, when you do it that way, to me, you kind of get smoke from all directions instead of just kind of on the front of your tongue. It tends to do everything.
about that.
So we're going to talk about a little bit of everything today.
Jersey Ron is here today. So if you guys see it and I don't see it, when people join in, if you would be so kind as to shout them out. So we got Deliberately Bearded here today.
What's up, Jersey Ron?
Jersey Ron. From Jersey, I'm guessing here. Now living down in Florida. The good life with that epic beard. Took him 2 years to grow that thing. That is amazing.
Now, see, one thing I don't do when I'm lighting a cigarette. Now, like I said, we're just gonna kind of go all over the place with this. But one thing I've never liked doing is when I'm lighting a cigarette, suck in while I'm lighting it, because it tends to me to burn the tobacco on the inner end of it. So I just take my time and just toast it until it gets good and gone.
So here's what I do. I'm glad you brought that up, Bam. So what I do is I toast it, right? So I'm going to toast my cigar. I'm just going to very lightly get around the edges to get the edges of the. Let's see, I got to find my camera here.
Get the wrap to seal to it.
Yeah, so I just want to get around the edges of it. Try to keep it as circular or as tight as possible. Then I will toast the end of it here like that, and then I'll puff on it a little bit just to get it going.
Yeah. But you'll see some guys that really get into those cigars, and they'll have the lighter up on it and just sucking all that in, and all it's doing is taking that lighter fluid and just sucking it all into stuff.
Not only that, but you're scorching the tobacco, and you're going to get a very strong burnt tobacco taste. Now, that might ruin the actual taste of the tobacco on the cigar.
I need to get a torch lighter.
Look, I'll tell you this.
This
is literally the best thing I ever bought. It was $14 on Amazon. I've had I don't know how many lighters. This looks like a bullet. There's another part that goes on top. But what I love about it is the press button's all the way down here away from the damn flame. Now, it takes me a good minute to light a cigar. Like, I let it toast up and I get it going, and I'm keeping it far away. I'm just heating it up. And all those other lighters I had burnt the shit out of my hand all the damn time, and I was getting pissed. And I found this, and it's a torch lighter, but the button's right there. It was $14 on the best little thing I ever bought.
Somebody gifted me this, and it's so funny because this is an archetype lighter, which is what you're smoking.
Yeah.
So Michael sent me this, I believe, and it's out of fuel.
But same concept. The flame's away from your fingers.
Yeah. Even this one here. This is from my local cigar shop. They gifted me this one here, and it's a big tabletop lighter. But even with that, I just around the edges. If you're too close to the cigar when you're lighting it, like I said, you're just scorching the tobacco. It's no good. So you want to keep the flame away as you're lighting it, and just kind of go around the edges, because you want to have a good burn around the edges of the cigar. Then once you get that going, then you go into the center of the cigar, and then you puff on it just to draw, not a whole lot of puffing, but just enough to bring the fire in to get it warmed up on the inside. And then a lot of people, what they do is they puff on it, and then they turn the cigar towards them and blow the smoke into it just to check the cherry to make sure that you have all the tobacco, excuse me, that's a cigar cough, all the tobacco lit in there. So.
And Eric just came in. So what's going on, Eric? I see Eric in here. We got a couple people in here today. Maybe somebody wants to learn something about cigar. That's what this is all about. You got Mr. Drew over there, who's kind of new to cigars. You got me, who's kind of somewhere in the middle, and you got Mr. Sam, the cigar man, who, that's the expert all the way over there.
I don't know shit about cigars. I just make it up as I go along.
Well, this is what we call a brown cigar.
Actually, so this one here, it's a square one, right? This is called a box press, and it takes a little bit longer to put together when they're inside the molds. And you don't want it too tight because it'll be too tight of a draw on smoking the cigar. So you got to kind of keep it a little bit loose. But have you guys ever seen the cigar molds in the press?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
I've watched a lot of YouTube. I love watching them things. Yeah. It's just how they do it. It's freaking cool.
One of these days, I'm going to have my good buddy Jeff Amendola, who is the owner of Amendola Family Cigar Company. Good friend of mine. We've known each other over 10 years now. Where I failed in my cigar business, he succeeded. So I still support him. Super awesome guy. He started just as an ordinary Joe, rolling cigars by himself. And now look at him. He's got his company is way better than mine. He travels all over. Excuse me, cigar cough again. But so one of these days I'm gonna have him on and have him tell his story, how he got started. I'm sure he'll make fun of me because he's Italian and I'm Irish. That's just how we get along. So
hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, yeah, man.
Come on now, Ron. You know something about cigars. Don't kid us, man. Don't kid us.
You guys about to make me want to smoke cigars. See, here's my thing, Alfredo, with cigars. Now, if you're coming into this thing and you're new to cigars, and you guys chime in whenever you want, but my thing with cigars is it's an hour for me to relax and do nothing. Yeah. Because you're not trying to puff on a cigar to the point where, you're finishing in 30 minutes. You'll something like this, you finish in 30 minutes, you're going to have a nicotine high from hell or nicotine poisoning, one of the two. And I've had
you're going to be sick.
Yeah, I mean, these are not to inhale. I know there are some people that do, but this is just to sit down, male, female, it don't matter. But to sit down and just take in your surroundings, find a good spot where nobody's going to bother you, and just enjoy the cigar by yourself or with a few friends like we're doing here.
Yep. Yeah. So you brought up a good point, Bam, talking about getting sick from nicotine poisoning. So here's a trick. If you get now this has only happened to me once. I had a full body cigar and I had not eaten. And silly me, I lit up to smoke it. A couple puffed into it. I got nicotine sickness. It hit me too hard. I started feeling queasy or sick. So here's a little technique. If you're ever smoking a cigar and you feel that way, sip on a soda. Put a piece of candy in your mouth. Sip on coffee. Or grab you a drink like this, a nice whiskey. You sip on that, and what that does is the sugar will help settle your stomach, and the nicotine will get eaten up by the sugar, so to speak. So it kind of takes that queasiness away from you.
Yeah,
and nicotine and that nicotine stuff is real. I got it once, boy. I was trying to get through because I had the Jolly Old Fat Man cigar sit down there for a minute, which might come back come summertime to do little reviews on cigars. But
you should, yeah.
It got to the I was trying to get one done because it was getting dark and nobody could see me and stuff like that. So I was puffing the hell out of that thing. Boy, I got to you could see at the end of the video. I'm like, and this was I'm like, oh Lord, this is awful.
So now, speaking of Jolly Old Fat Man, guess what I got in the mail today, boys and girls?
Oh, you got them, sweet. Hey, just in time for the cigar stuff too.
Yeah, so I saved it just for this.
Oh, we didn't have. You don't have to open it during this if you don't want to, man. That ain't no.
Well, I'm going to if that's okay. Oh, look at this. Yeah. We have a nice little sticker.
Oh yeah, everybody gets stickers. I got so many now. I got to give them away.
I love it. That's awesome. Hey, wait a minute. This might go on my Jeep. Will this work on a vehicle or will it?
I got my old ones on a vehicle. They'll last about 2 or 3 years on a vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got one on mine and it doesn't fade or anything yet.
Nice.
Now, while Sam's opening that, I'm gonna give somebody one more because I just noticed this with my cigar. So you guys see. You see all the ash right there. You want to keep that ash going for as long as possible without it falling all over yourself and burning yourself. I did not know that when I started smoking cigars. But if you cut this off, if you brush this off every time it gets a little long, you change the flavor of cigar, and the cigar will start to get hot. It'll start to taste funny. It's a whole different aspect of stuff.
So, with your ash on there, it's keeping the cigar cool. When you knock off your ash, it's going to immediately heat up because you're puffing on it again. So sometimes that can scorch or change the taste of the tobacco as you're smoking as well. And I'm okay with that. So I knocked off my ash. Now I'm going to puff away. But let's see what we got in the box today. So Bam, I appreciate you doing this for me. I'm going to, matter of fact, I was trying to work on, and I screwed it up. I was doing a review video for you on your beard soap, the lump of coal.
Yep.
And so I filmed the first part of it. And then last night, I was going to film me using the actual beard soap and show it off. And by the time I got done filming, I went back to rewatch it, and I had already washed my beard and everything with your soap, and I stripped everything out. And I was like, yeah, this is great. I was going to start putting it together. I never hit the record button. I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, man, come on. I was so upset. My wife was laughing at me because she could hear me in the bathroom, like talking to the camera, talking to everybody, washing my beard. I'm like, look at my hands, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I'm going to do that again.
Well, let me ask you this, Sam, because you out of the three of us, you're the most experienced with cigars. And we'll get all three of our stories. Let's kind of go a sit down talk type of thing. But okay. How did you get started with cigars? Like the short version of, when did you start cigars, and how long have you been kind of in the cigar stuff?
All right. So it goes back to my childhood when I was 16 years old. Obviously, I couldn't buy cigarettes. I'd have to steal them. And so I stole some cigars from a convenience store in Clarksville, Indiana. And luckily, that store no longer exists, so they can't come after me. But they were like King Edward cigars. Have you ever had a King Edward cigar?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah.
They're nasty.
Very nasty. But I didn't know. All I knew is that from watching the Italian mob movies and stuff, all the gentlemen with their suits and ties, they're all smoking cigars. I'm like, man, I want to be a gentleman just like that. So I started smoking King Edwards, and then from there I went on to Phillies, blunts, and so that was my first cigars. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was inhaling and stuff like that. So as I got further along in my life, and I joined the Navy, and I changed my old ways, I became who I am today. I was researching cigars. I still wanted to smoke cigars. And so I started ordering sample packs from companies. And I didn't have YouTube at the time. I don't even know if YouTube was around. I don't think it was around back then. But I would read magazines, Cigar Aficionado. I would go to cigar shops, and there would be old guys in there, and I would ask them questions. So they would teach me how to cut, how to light, and talk to me about different cigars and things like that. And that's probably in the late 90s, early 2000s. So I got a wealth of knowledge from them. And then from there, I just went on a binge. Anytime I walked into a cigar lounge or a cigar shop, I bought something or a couple of something just to try them out. And like everybody else, I tend to start off with Drew Estates. They're infused or flavored cigars, which are okay for beginners. Now, occasionally I will smoke them, but not as often as I used to. Now I'm more into what I smoke now. So as I was doing my sampling, trying to find the perfect cigar, I came upon a Rocky Patel Vintage 1990. And it's a San Andreas Mexican wrapper with Honduran tobacco inside of it. And it was a box press. And by that time, I was doing different cuts and everything on my cigars, which I'll demonstrate the different cuts and everything today. And so from there, I was like, this is what it is to have a real cigar and enjoy it. So I was ordering all kinds of cigars, smoking them. Everywhere I went, people would see me smoking cigars. They'd come up and ask me questions. Well, I was just passing on the knowledge that was passed on to me to them. Once I retired from the Navy back in 2013, if you don't know, when you're in the military, it's a family. It's a brotherhood, sisterhood. You're all together. Yeah. But once you leave the military, you're lonely. You have no friends. You have nothing. So all that camaraderie and stuff was gone. I had nothing. All I had was my cigars. And I was known when I was deployed in Afghanistan. I started a cigar club and a smoking club with the officers and some of the enlisted over there. And I introduced them to cigars and pipe smoking. And it was kind of a way that after we get done going out into combat, we come back, we sit down, we light up a cigar, we chill, we talk everything through. That's how it got started. So I retired. I had no friends. I found a group on Facebook that was called something. It was called CB4L, Cigar Brothers for Life. It doesn't exist anymore. But I joined that group because it had some veterans in it. And we all got to know each other. And we were all smoking different cigars, and we would share cigars, which we called cigar bombs. So, for example, Bam, you're watching me smoke the cigar, and you're like, Sam, I really like to try that. We don't have that down here in Georgia. I'm like, hey, we got them right here in town. I'll go get you some. So I would go buy you 5 cigars, seal it, send it to you. You would open it up, and you would have a package. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. All right. Be safe. Love you. That's my daughter. She's going out to play volleyball.
Hey, what's up, Shark? Thanks for coming in.
So then they would do videos like, hey, I got a cigar bomb from Sam. And then they start doing videos from there. They would come on like, hey, I'm Ralph, Rockin' Ralph or whatever, for example. And this is my cigar. It's made by so-and-so. It has this tobacco in it. This is how it smokes, and this is what I get from it, the taste and everything. Well, I was doing videos, and I was like, hey, it's Sam, blah, 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 blah. I was doing the same thing, but I didn't have a cool moniker. So one of the guys in the group, he's a retired Army veteran. He's like, I've got one for you. He's like, your name is going to be Sam the Cigar Man. So after that, it just exploded. Now when I would do videos, it was like, hey, I'm Sam Cigar Man. Here's my cigar, blah, blah, blah. I talk about it. I would send a cigar bomb to somebody.
You've been smoking cigars for a long time then.
Yes, probably over 20 years.
Oh,
and then if I sent a cigar bomb to Drew would open it up and you're like, hey, everybody, look, Sam Cigar Man sent me a cigar bomb. And then from there, my name spread because I started going to cigar events and I was meeting owners of the company. I was hanging out with them, smoking cigars. They would ask me questions. I would ask them questions about their different cigar lines and everything. So then people started inviting me to more cigar groups, and it just exploded from there. Now, if I go down to Florida and I go into a cigar lounge, a lot of times people will recognize who I am, and they will come up and want to take pictures, ask me questions, just shoot the shit. I don't know. It's a popularity thing, but
hey,
so.
Well, let's go to Drew. Drew, you know, me and you've talked cigars here and there, and I know you smoke cigarettes and stuff. But how did you get into cigars, or just something just fairly brand new to you that you decided one day I'm just going to start?
I've smoked quite a few I've smoked cigarettes since I was like 12, like way too freaking young. Yeah, I know, right? And I've smoked them here and there. I've had a few like where I'd smoke cigars pretty much strictly for a month or two, and then I'd go back to cigarettes. But I've done it off and on since I was 12, but since I have not smoking cigarettes now, this is kind of my time to sit back, relax, and get my nicotine, I guess you would say, a couple times a day, you know.
That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
So, Drew, do you smoke? How many cigars do you smoke a day?
2 to 3.
Okay. Now, that's about average for me. The most I've smoked in a day has probably been about 10 cigars. But it was a long
Me and Drew had the same face. We're like, damn.
I was smoking a cigar. I'm done. I pick up another cigar, light it right away just to keep me awake because I was driving from North Carolina down to a cigar event. And it was just, I got something in my hand. It's keeping me busy, kind of like cigarette smokers, right?
Yeah.
And so I just keep puffing on it. And Well, let me tell you, I don't recommend it because your tongue and your palate will be burnt out for at least 3 days. It's no good. Nowadays, since COVID, I used to own about 5,000 cigars here at my house that I had collected over the years, along with my own stash, my own cigars when I create them. So I had those plus ones I picked up, people had sent me, and COVID came along, and I had nothing to do. So I was smoking like 5 cigars a day, and now I probably have maybe 300 cigars, maybe left out of 5,000. And I've also replenished. At Christmas time, I bought a huge order from my buddy from Amadola Family Cigars to replenish and also to support him. He's such a good guy. So that's where I got my cigars for this couple months.
That's a bunch of cigars.
What you got?
That's a bunch.
Well, and I have some that are worth a lot of money too. I collected cigars too. Some very rare and hard to find. I haven't smoked them. They're still in my humidor chilling.
See, that's something I can't do anymore. Like I was like you. I was kind of like a lot of people in the beard world. I collected cigars, like people collect beard products, and it got to the point where I'm like, why do I have all these and not smoking them? So I do not even have a humidor no more. I get what I want to smoke and I smoke them. I quit the collecting because, some people say differently than this, but my biggest thing is people say cigars will change as they age. To me, they do. Even if they said in my humidor, because I've tried it where I've had one sit for 5 years and smoked the one where I just got it. It tasted what I remember about exactly the same. I didn't get much difference out of it. So and that's when I finally got to the point where I got my little Herfordors. I got my 5 cigar Herfordors. I got 2 of these. And I get my 10 cigars and I'm smoking them. That's it. There's no more collecting of cigars for me anymore.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Just getting what I'm going to need for the week and kind of leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. Now, Bam, you bring up a good point. So my collection of cigars, I've narrowed it down to a small amount. It's in one humidor where I used to have a lot. So I have started smoking up some of my collective collection. Some of the other ones I'll let them age. Now, when they say a cigar will age and get better with time, that's kind of true. Here's how it works. So you like the Fat Molly, which is a KFC from Drew Estate.
Yep.
When they first came out, I bought them as soon as they hit the shelf. I remember that time. But they had not sat and aged, and they still had the ammonia within the tobacco. So people were getting sick. So
really?
They took it back off the shelf. The ones I got didn't get me sick. But they took them back off the shelf. They had to let them age for another 6 to 9 months before they put them back out on the shelf for people to smoke. So, for example, this cigar here, if I bought it today and I let it sit for 6 months or so, that gives the cigar time to acclimatize to the living lifestyle, I guess, in my humidor. Of course, you want to keep it at a 70% humidity, 70 temperature around that, because tobacco is a tropical plant. Now, it could change some of the flavoring of the tobacco as it ages. And other times, you'll get cigars that have already been sitting for at least a year to 2 years at the factory before they ship them out. Now, if you age it, it's not really going to change as much.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. See, I didn't know that. See, and that's something that with cigars, guys, that's in the chat, and there's so much kind of history for cigars. Like you said, Sam just told us about my favorite is a Kentucky Fire Cured, which is a completely different type of cigar. To me, it's not like anything you're going to find out there, and it's one of my favorites. But I never heard that story because I remember when they came out, I got them, and then all of a sudden they were just gone, and I never got a reasoning on why they were just, because I couldn't get them for like a year, and I'm like, well, where did these go? Because people weren't liking them because they were so different. So I was like, if that many people don't like them, they've got to be somewhere. So
that's what I said. So I worked with Jonathan Drew. I was his bodyguard when he came to town here. And so we talked to him about it, and he knew that I liked the KFC. And for those of you that are watching, if you never had a Kentucky Fire Cured cigar, which we call the short name KFC from Jonathan Drew, I recommend you get it and give it a try. You may like it like myself and Bam. The Fat Molly, to me, is the perfect size. And that's just a crazy name they gave it. And that is a Robusto size, which is 5 inches long and maybe a 50 to 52 gauge.
The Fat Molly's is 5 by 56. That's it, right?
Okay, there you go, 56.
Like I said, that's the only cigar I buy more than one of because I absolutely love this cigar.
And when I smoke it, I think of myself grilling outside with the family, hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff. So for me, that's why I enjoy it, and that's probably when I smoke the most of them. Now, I do have the cigarillo version that I have been smoking in the morning with my coffee, and this is a 10, and there's 10 little cigarillos inside, small versions of the exact same cigar that Bama was showing off. And those will last you probably 10 to 15 minutes, and I like them.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something similar to that, and then the same thing Bam's got going on too. Some full size ones that I know I like, and have a few of them stocked up. You know,
and it just
so funny. Go ahead. Bam,
it just shows everybody the different sizes of cigars. I mean, you got, this is the chunky one. This is the Fat Molly one. They got one even bigger than that. So, I mean, you're looking at an hour on this one, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes on that one. And then you get some cigars that are, a whole lot bigger that is going to take a little over an hour to smoke.
Yeah. So do you guys know the difference between sizes of cigars?
As far as, I know they're different sizes, but that's about all I can tell you.
All right. So there's many different sizes, and I could go over all the different names, but the main two that sell the most are going to be your Robusto size, which is a 5-inch long by 50 to 52 ring gauge, somewhere around there. A ring gauge, if you guys don't know what that is, that's the circumference of the cigar. So Bam are showing off with Fat Molly. That's a 56 ring gauge. That's 56 of an inch. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
And so a Robusto is 5 inches long. This right here, I got to find my camera. This is a Toro. This is a 6-inch long by probably a 50 to 52 ring gauge. I don't have my measurement to tell you which one is which.
And the biggest thing people take from this is just find something that you enjoy. That's the part of cigars. It's not all about the information per se. To me, Sam's full of information. So if anybody ever got questions for cigars, that's the man to go talk to.
I get questions all the time.
I just smoke what I enjoy as far as that goes. Now, one thing I do want to say that I've learned through my cigar stuff, and the only reason I'm bringing this up now is because I'm about there. But, the wrappers on these guys, I never take the wrapper off until I get close down, because I've had it to where I've tried to take the wrapper off and rip the cigar apart.
Yeah.
Let me stop you. That's called
been there, done that.
Label. That's called a label, what you're talking about, Bam. The wrapper is what's on the outside.
The label, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
See?
I didn't mean to call you out. I just wanted to help inform you.
See, Sam's full of all the information. I just smoke the damn things because I like them.
So, George, Bam, maybe you want to take this question here?
Is it kind of for which one you're talking about?
I'm sure he's referencing the KFC. He's asking you.
It's not like a Maker's. The Maker's Mark cigar I've had is super sweet. The Maker, any of those ones that are dipped in like tequila or bourbon or aged in that stuff are all going to be 90% of them to me are too sweet of a cigar. You lose the tobacco out of those. You more get a lot of sweetness on it. The Kentucky Fire Cures to me is literally if you've ever been around a smoker smoking meat. When that smoke comes up, because you're taking that oak and that hickory or whatever you're smoking with, creates that bellow of smoke, and then you open up the smoker and you put your head over it, and then you smell like that barbecue smoke type all over your shirt that you can. That's what a Kentucky Fire is. It is, to me, you've got Kentucky Fires on their own little level of what you get out of cigars, because they don't taste like a sweet cigar, like an acid or something like that, but they don't taste like a peppery mess in your mouth that burns the hell out of your mouth. They just have their own uniqueness to them, and it's like smoking a barbecue. It really is.
Welcome, Puzzly Bearded. Go ahead. I got a question. The Kentucky Dark Fire, whatever it is that the same? I used to do tobacco, like all through high school and a little bit before that. Is that the same? The Dark Cure, like the same stuff that we were doing? We'd light the fires under it and all that stuff, or is that completely different?
No, that's exactly right. And Bam, you got a story about that. Go ahead, Bam. Tell your story.
Which story you want? I don't.
The one where you went and you were sending me pictures of the barns.
The Kentucky Fire Cured is actually fire cured in Kentucky. So most of the tobacco you get is Nicaraguan, a bunch of other places, not here in the States. 90% of the tobacco, 99% of tobacco is not grown here in States. But what is grown here in States is actually cigarette tobacco. And my mom lives up in northern Tennessee near Kentucky. And if you go over to their house about springtime, or is it fall? Yeah, fall, I believe it is, because they just got done doing it. But you'll see barns everywhere that look like they're on fire. It is the coolest thing. Well, those are the Kentucky Fire. So instead of hanging them to dry in the sun like most tobacco, they get these huge barns and they put all this wet sawdust in there, and they actually smoke the leaves. Now, I talked to a guy that lives near my mom's house. Me and my dad were talking to him, and we were just curious because I wanted to get some of the tobacco and just roll it and smoke it. And he said, you can't, one, because of the ammonia and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But most of that stuff that they make, besides what they do for Drew Estates, is actually made for cigarettes. And I didn't know that. And he was telling me that, and I was like, really? He's like, yes, most of the fire-cured stuff you get, the smoke-cured tobacco, is for cigarettes. And I was like, well, damn, I didn't know that. So, but it's cool going in there. They just smoke them. And I mean, it smells so good for miles and miles and miles and miles. And I mean, there's so many barns. One place where my mom's house has, I think we counted 12 barns that are like the size of my house, if not bigger, that they're just smoking all this tobacco. And it's just pretty cool. So the Kentucky Fire is the only one that is actually done here in the States that way, and that's how it got its Kentucky Fire name.
Yep. Kind of like bourbon, Kentucky bourbon. I'm a huge fan of Kentucky bourbon. Have you ever been to Jim Beam, Drew?
I haven't been to Jim Beam. No,
I haven't been there.
Oh my gosh, dude! It's over in Louisville, Kentucky. We're out in that rural area of Louisville, and which is where I grew up at. And so I took my wife. She had never been. I took my mother, and we went and did a distillery tour. Now, growing up in the Navy, I was a huge party animal. I drink, and Jim Beam in the white bottle, to me, was just, you do shots as you're drinking beer and get drunk, right?
Yeah.
Well, as I got older and I started wanting to be the more refined gentleman, I started drinking Knob Creek. I had no idea that Jim Beam makes Knob Creek the bourbon. So after doing this distillery tour over at Jim Beam, I have a newfound respect for Jim Beam and bourbon in general now. So that was like my starting point. I actually got to meet the man himself, Jim Beam Knoll, because it's a family-run company, and he's an older gentleman, and he's got these giant mutton chops. Just down to earth, cool guy, full of information. You ever get a chance to go on a tour over there, I recommend it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the place, and I've been by that way, but I've never actually took the tour. I'll definitely have to check it out sometime though.
I've been to Maker's Mark as well over there. That's a good one as well.
Yeah, definitely have to check those out.
Yeah. Okay. So since we got a little bit of liquor going, talking now.
Okay.
Drew, now me personally, I don't drink liquor most of the times when I smoke, because I like the taste of cigars. To me, the sweetness of a lot of liquors just kind of ruins it for me. I usually drink water for the most part. The only reason I'm drinking a Coke is because I just need something different today.
Right.
But I like water. Now, if it was alcohol, usually it's a whiskey that I will drink with any cigar. It's just is a whiskey. What would you do, Drew? Is there anything that you like pairing with your cigars that you tend to enjoy?
Coffee has been one of my favorite ones. If I've got like a real dark, rich, full-bodied cigar. But if it's like usually in the afternoon or daytime, it's usually water, just because it doesn't mismatch with anything.
Gotcha. What about you, Mr. Sam?
All right. So when it comes to cigars, I like to pair alcohol of some sort. It depends. So what I'm drinking today, as we're chatting, is a salted caramel whiskey, which I'm not a huge fan of salted caramel, but I want to try it out from this local distillery here by my house. It's got some sweetness to it, and I like the sweetness about it because it helps me, because the cigar I'm smoking is a full-bodied cigar, and I haven't really eaten a huge meal yet. So this, even though it's alcohol, is helping me from getting a nicotine sickness. Now, I also like a Coke Zero or a Coke, coffee with my cigars. Coffee is a big thing. A lot of times you go to cigar lounges, they always offer free coffee because the coffee will cleanse your palate. If you're drinking black coffee, it has to be black coffee. You drink black coffee straight, it will cleanse, excuse me, it will cleanse your palate. That way you can pick up all the different notes of tobacco as you're smoking. That's why they have coffee.
Okay. So, I've never tried coffee. Now, we're going to stop for just a sec. I'm going to throw this over to Sam real quick. I see Felix came in, and we've talked before this. So maybe you want to give on what's going on, if it's okay with Felix, just because you guys can see the code down there, which I was perfectly fine with. I mean, everybody here knows I'm part of Jolly Old Fat Man Beard Company. That's mine. But, right here is just to help another beard brother out. So I'll let Sam kind of let you guys know what's going on with that, if it's okay.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. So yes, for those of you that don't know Felix, he is the CEO of Beard Out Brand, which is what I'm wearing right here on my hat. He has an Instagram page at Beard Out Brand, and it is a veteran-owned company. And I started supporting him from the beginning because he is a veteran. I've had the honor and pleasure to meet him in person and his family. And they took me into their home and made me feel like part of the family. And so I wear his product, his apparel. He offers T-shirts, hats, beanies, sweatshirts. If you come up with something that you want his logo on, he will make it happen and make it for you and send it off to you. His website, which is Beard Out Brand, you can go to his Instagram page, click on his website. It'll take you right to go to Instagram, Beard Out Brand Instagram. He has a website in his bio. If you click on that, it will take you to his company, and you can order some apparel for yourself. And if you use my code SAMSAM10, that will save you 10% off your order when you place it. Also, Felix has come on. Let's see. Felix is a veteran like myself, and we're both on VA. But he had a little bit harder time. He is a POW from the military, so he was captured and he was tortured and things like that. So he has some issues there. But I believe due to some of that and what they did to him has caused him some ailments. And his latest ailment is that he has developed kidney cancer. Now, I've already got approval from him to talk about this. So he has developed kidney cancer. I don't remember which kidney it was, but they're going to have to remove a kidney. And so I'm trying to help raise some funds to help him, because his only source of income right now for him and his family is, one, his VA money that he gets, as well as whatever he makes in sales and profits from his apparel that he sells to the public. So I have a GoFundMe page, but I don't know how to post it on here. So I posted it on my Instagram. So if you go to Sam Cigar Man, you should be able to see his post that I put up for him for his GoFundMe. So if you could go over there and just donate, I don't know, $10, something to help this guy out, to help him. He'll use that money to help pay for his bills as he goes through his chemotherapy and his surgeries and things like that. And if you go, excuse me, and you purchase any of his products and you use my code SAMSAM10, which will save you money on your order, 10% off, that would make me feel good that we are giving back and we're helping out this veteran who's done so much and given up so much of himself for not only his family, but for everybody that's here in the community and everything. So I just want to, if we can come together and give back and help out this gentleman, I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I'll leave it at that until I can come up with something else to say.
So there you go, guys. So, you guys know me. I'm not one that, we all got to help each other out where we can. And the gentleman's going through some hard times, and I hope people would help me out if I was going through some hard times. So, do what you can. We know everybody can't do everything. So, it was just something out there to kind of throw in this whole thing here to try to help somebody else out while we sit here and chit chat and talk about cigars and just talk about everything else. I mean, nothing here has got to be anything that we're talking about in general. We're just sitting out here enjoying some company because COVID, we can't be around you. Well, I ain't being around nobody. I don't know about everybody else. But I ain't going around no damn buddy. Until I get my shot, I ain't nothing. My next door neighbors had it. They had it. I'm going to keep my happy ass at home.
What's so funny is I had a job lined up to come back to Atlanta, Bam, and I was going to reach out to you to meet up with you. But then I just found out they just canceled the job. So anybody that's in here watching this video and you're in the chat, I do have a job coming up where next week I have to be down in Venice, Florida. So If you are near Tampa, which I believe it's an hour south of Tampa, I'm going to try to get together with some people in Tampa, and there is a cigar lounge. Cigars International has a lounge down there, and I'm going to be there, smoke some cigars with some people, and hopefully Felix, if he's feeling up to it, he'll be able to join us. If not, I'll find time, excuse me, to personally go over there and check up on it. But if you're in Venice, Florida, look me up, send me a DM. I would be glad to meet up with you. If you're in Tampa, Florida, same thing. I'll schedule a night where we'll meet up at the Cigars International Cigar Lounge and have a cigar and just chit chat and have a good time. And I noticed we got a 8-bit beard company here.
That's old Epic Beards. That's his new name is that's Epic Beards.
I've been wondering who that was.
I'm actually wearing the 1792 today. This is his sandalwood bourbon scent.
Oh, there you go.
I figured since we're going to be smoking cigars and drinking booze, well, at least I am, I figured I'll wear his stuff today. So I just want to give him a shout out.
Yeah, I think he's doing a whole relaunch of his company and stuff. I'm going to go do the whole 8-bit type of logos and stuff, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. All gamer stuff.
Yeah.
That's going to be collector's items. I promise you that. People are going to want to collect each of the characters they comes out with. I think it's an excellent idea.
Well, it's kind of like cigars. When I'm sitting there, my cigar shop here in Lawrenceville is called Cigar House. And the gentleman, he's a veteran-owned, ex-Marine, and he's in a wheelchair. He's disabled, but he also has lung issues now, so he can't smoke anymore. But he still has a cigar, so he can't smoke in his shop. There's one thing I like. I'm the kind of person, I like being outside smoking. I don't like the lingering scent of cigars. That's just always been my thing. I don't like it. I don't, it's just not my thing. So I never really go to the cigar lounges unless they got an outside patio where I can sit and enjoy. But his cigar stuff, man, he got so much stuff. His humidor is huge. I'll talk about it's like 7 levels high, plus he's got shit on the floor. And then he's got 3 humidors, 3 walking humidors. His whole thing's probably the size of my deck that's 30 foot by 25 foot.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wish I could find somewhere like that.
He's been around forever. He's literally the last cigar shop around here.
Wow.
The places I've got are tiny. I mean, they're ridiculous tiny. They're like more cigarettes and pipe tobacco. And it's got like one humidor like 6 foot tall and 2 or 3 foot wide, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's about all you can get.
About 3,000 cigars.
Well, I mean, I don't even think they have that many. I mean, they just don't have much of a choice. I think there's like 3 or 4 different places or whatever, and I've got just about everything from each one of them. But I'm gonna have to branch out an hour or 2 or something and go find something.
Oh, so Drew, that place over in Jeffersonville, Indiana, it is called Riverside Cigar Lounge.
Okay.
I used to know the other name. I can't remember, but that's where I go to hang out when I come to town to visit my family. So
okay.
When I do come to town again, I'll reach out. We can meet there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I looked up the travel distance. It's only like an hour and a half or something like that from where I'm at. So that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's just right on the river.
If you see what 8-Bit put on his last comment, he said the smoke shop near him closed. COVID killed their business. That's the big thing. COVID's killed a lot of it, but COVID here where I am is really bad. But the cigar shop has been booming because people are sitting here. Like Sam said, he's smoking so many more cigars now that he's sitting at home versus when he's out and about doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
used to be a one a day, one a Saturday, one a Sunday, or one a Friday, one a Saturday night. I smoked one cigar. That was kind of my hour just to get by myself, sit outside, enjoy. Hell, I've seen myself there smoking a cigar like every day since. I'm like, damn. My wife just did the little Kaiser thing and says, "Do you smoke cigars?" No.
So, 8-Bit had mentioned that he smokes acid cigars, which is made by Drew Estate. That's what they're most notorious for. That was kind of outside the box thinking when Jonathan Drew came up with that. So he smokes the Blondie and the Cuba Cuba, which are botanical oils are infused into the tobacco. So you're going to get that
flavor
sweetness to it kind of when you smoke those cigars. So that's how we make it.
And anybody that's in the chat here that watches this later, if you're really interested in trying cigars, that's where you need to start. Honestly,
I heard a lot of people that way.
Is your flavored cigars, because stuff like this, if you've never smoked cigars, it's going to choke the piss out of you.
Yeah. You slowly build your way up.
Yeah, you need to, because when I started, it started off with Swisher Sweets and acids, and there was another one I used to do.
Backwoods?
Damn, I can't think of what it was.
Was it Backwoods?
No, it was on that same line of acid, but it wasn't. I forgot the name of them. They were another flavored cigar, so that's kind of weird. And I still go to a flavored cigar every once in a while if I want something different or something sweet. But I like a Maduro, non-pepper, very thick smoke cigar.
Yeah.
Speaking of non-pepper, what is that? What's that other company of cigars you like to smoke? I've actually met the guy. I should know it, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. Southern Draw, right. So, have you tried this Jacob's Ladder?
Yes, love it.
It wasn't too peppery for you?
No. When I talk pepper, there's some that I've had that literally, you take a puff, like the first quarter of the cigar, and the back of your tongue burn like piss. I don't like those.
I love that.
Yes, I can't do that. That's just not my... to me, once you get that so much pepper and it kind of burns the back of your throat, you lose all the other flavors of cigars. And cigars, guys, are like beard oils. They're complex. They have different layers to them. I prefer a cigar.
Leather.
Yeah. I prefer a cigar that's the same throughout the entire cigar. I don't like it to change too much. That's just my personal preference. If it changes, a lot halfway through it, I usually put it down because I'm just done with the cigar.
What's great about cigars is it's all subjective to the consumer, kind of like beard products. What I like, you may not like, and same thing with cigars. So don't let anybody ever tell you, no matter, even if you're smoking an acid cigar, I'll be honest with you, I'll probably pick on you, but that's just me. But I still respect you. Don't take it the wrong way. Because I've smoked them too, and I've been known to pick up one or two and smoke them myself on occasion with coffee or something. But yeah, so even if you pick up a cheap cigar for like $2 to $3, if you really enjoy that cigar, that's all that really matters. It comes down to you. Don't let somebody talk you into a $30 cigar because
Nah.
I bought some $30 cigars and they were crap. And I've had some $5 cigars that were just fantastic, and I still buy the $5 cigar.
You talking cheap cigars. And Drew, I got a package coming for you. Talking about cigar bombs, because Sam Cigar Man sent me a cigar bomb. So I'm sending you a cigar bomb that's coming. And that's the way we're going to try to get these cigar bombs for people who are cigars. If you make friends with somebody and they give you something, then later on you forward to somebody new as well and get them to try some new stuff. That way we can keep
how it works.
Going. But here's one called Factory Smoke. Here's one called Factory Smokes by Drew Estate. This is a $3.99 cigar. I'm not going to lie. It's probably one of the best Maduro cigars that I smoke on a regular basis. I love this little $4 cigar. Absolutely. It's $4. It is not expensive. I've had a $30 Fuente Opus X, and it was okay. I mean, it was a good cigar, but I was expecting for $30 it would like blow this thing out of the water, and it really didn't. I mean, I was like,
yeah.
So don't.
I saw a bunch of those brands on cigardaily.com. I was kind of interested about those.
So it's a great way. So the reason why it's so inexpensive is they're using the lower primings of the tobacco plant to create those cigars. So you have your cigar plant. Let's see, I got to find my camera. You have your cigar plant, and the highest primings or the best tobacco are at the top because they get the most sunlight. As you come down the plant, those are your lower primings, and the tobacco is not as good, but you still want to use everything. So that's where you get your factory smokes, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're still great smokes, like Bam is saying. But I just wanted to explain the difference there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I did the Fuente, and Fuente is kind of one of those higher end cigars across the board. I don't know much about them except for they're just one of the higher end cigars. The one I got, I guess, comes out like every 5 years, that Opus X that I've just been really wanting to try. They told me to come out every so often. Yeah. And I was excited to get it. And then it was like $30. I was like, God, this better be a good ass cigar. And it was pretty good, but it wasn't like I wouldn't go buy another $30 cigar. I can buy three or four of what I like for that one.
Opus X is going to be high primings, and that's why it costs so much. And because of also how long they age it and what tobaccos that they use from the high primings to make that cigar, that's why it costs so much. And you're right, they don't always taste that good for $30 that you spend. Susanna, hopefully I said that right. Welcome.
Yeah. What's up, Susanna? How you doing?
So anybody got any questions in the chat? You guys ask, because you got three guys here that'll give you three different answers. I guarantee you.
I just want to welcome back Brian Hershey. Welcome back.
What's up, Hershey?
And guys, we're just chit chatting. So if you do come in, we do see you. We apologize. I'm trying to say hi on my phone as you guys come in. It's under JOFM Beard Company. If you don't know, my name's Bam. I just wanted to. I'm trying to keep up with everybody as we do this.
I got a question. Club sandwiches.
You
know what that is?
Are you talking about like
cigars? No, cigars.
Oh, it's a cigar. I think you're talking about food, actually.
Yeah,
I was watching a video, and they were talking about it's instead of like the filler running the whole length of the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
This is like for cheaper cigars, but they'll like use the stuff that they'll chop it up and throw it in with it to make it cheaper.
Are these machine made?
I don't know that much. They were.
It sounds like they're the machine ones.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're cheaper, but they were calling them club sandwiches. They were talking about using the leftovers from the good stuff to mix in with doing like a 70-30 blend, 70 of the full length and then 30 of the chopped up. I didn't know anything about it. I was just curious.
I've never tried that, but the way you're describing it to me, it sounds like a machine rolled cigar, which is similar to the Black and Milds and stuff. That's actually pipe tobacco, machine rolled. To sell to people like that. And if that's what that is, I'll give you my personal opinion and my honest one. I think they're crap. So I could be wrong. I've never smoked one. So I say that now. Who knows? If somebody wants to send me one to smoke and try it, who knows? I may love it. And I know we don't sell them around here. So
well, yeah, it didn't sound like anything that would be any good or anything. I found it interesting. I was just curious.
And that's one thing, guys, when you go around and YouTube, because I was there when I was trying to learn about cigars, and there's a ton of YouTube reviewers out there for cigars. I mean, there really are. The one thing about, and I'll probably get crap for this, but 90% of the people that are doing the cigars are snobby-ass cigar people. And yes, they are snobby-ass cigar people because they want to tell you what's in it. I don't give a shit what's in it. I just want to know what it tastes like and if I'm going to I'm going to like it. I mean, it's just me. So that's when I started doing my channel stuff, and it was kind of flaxed off. And that's kind of how I got into cigars, because the only way you're going to find something you like is actually to spend money to find something that you might like. And cigars can be an expensive ass habit. It's not like a pack of cigarettes where you get 20 in a pack. You get one for an hour. So
on average, a decent cigar will run you $5 to $10 on average, and that's what most people buy nowadays. Even myself. So
Sam, that's actually gone up some more. You're looking at more like $8 to $12 now.
Oh, is it really? Wow.
Yeah, I just went to my cigar shop and he said there was an increase, and a lot of his stuff went up in price as well. Now, it's not, it may be because of COVID. He's trying to keep his money and keep his stuff going because he's the only one around. But yeah, around here, your average price is $8 to $12 for a cigar. For
that archetype I just smoked was almost 11.
Yeah. Well, those are kind of pricey in itself. They are a niche cigar company, but they make excellent cigars. And I'm not saying that just because I hung out with the owner and everything. I actually do like the cigars, but I don't have any right now. I've smoked them all, and I haven't re-upped and bought more because, well, they're expensive. I think over here, they'll run you about $13 to $16 a stick for a Toro size, which is what you had, Drew. So
to answer 8-Bit's question there, the best thing you could do is go to your local shop. Now, I know my shop does it. If your local shop don't do it, you can go to Cigars International or one of these online places. Find you a company like Southern Draw, Perdomo, Drew Estates, all those guys. They'll put sampler packs together.
Yeah.
That gives you a variety to try to see what you're going to like. Your sampler packs are going to be your best bet. Now, how I started when I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do, I hate giving these people credit, but you got to, but Cigars International, they got what they got what they call a grab bag. It's literally like 15 cigars for like $30 or $28 or something like that. It's whatever they have left over that is about at their limit of how long they're going to keep stuff. Yeah. So they'll throw some cheaper cigars in there, but you'll get the sun, you'll get the light ones, you'll get the dark ones, you'll get the medium ones, you'll get a little bit of everything, and you're not breaking the bank trying to find something. So once you find a type that you like, then you can start moving towards the brands that you like and how strong you like it and stuff like that. It's building that process of what you like, and you may never get up here where you want a super dark, make yourself dizzy cigar. You may always want to stay down kind of in the middle. See, I like up here where I want dark and I want to stand up and get dizzy when I'm done. I mean, I like the blast of flavor that comes from a cigar.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Bam. And I get that question all the time. People message me and they're like, what's a good cigar to get? And honestly, it is subjective to the person. Now, to add on to 8-Bit's Beard Company's question, where do you move after you've been smoking acid cigars? Those are considered mild cigars. So if you want to move up to another mild cigar, go to your local tobacconist and ask him for a mild cigar and have them show you all the different selections. What I like to do is Perdomo makes a 10th anniversary champagne. Now that's a mild cigar, but it is so smooth. I've sold boxes and boxes of those for people's weddings because they're like, hey, I want to give out a nice cigar, but not everybody's a cigar aficionado. I'm like, well, here, if you smoke this, it's mild and it's not going to be too overpowering. It'll be very smooth. I've sold hundreds of boxes of those when I worked at a cigar shop. So, yeah, the champagne is a good one to start with. I'm not a huge Perdomo fan. Granted, I'm smoking a Perdomo right now this thing is fantastic. I will buy this one again. It is that Lot 23. This has all kinds of flavors in it. I mean,
I'm smoking it down. Like I'm gonna do it till I burn my damn fingers because I'm about to go back and go buy some more because this was a great cigar. Now it's strong. It's kind of on the medium to heavy side, but it's just got all kinds of taste, and that flavor stays throughout the entire cigar. One thing that'll ruin me for a cigar. Now, here's a question for you guys. What will ruin you for a cigar? Like, what will make you go halfway through or start off and just say, I'm done? For me, it's when when you draw in, I always want the draw to be cool. I do not like a hot cigar. I do not like hot smoke. It just doesn't. Once you get to that point, I'm done. If I got to relight it 15 times, I'm done. I don't like cigars that I have to relight because then you just change all kinds of flavors as you relight them.
Yeah, this one just went out on me and it was getting hot as hell.
Yeah,
there right at that point, and yeah, I'm done after that. When it just starts burning my tongue or shit, I can't handle it.
All right, so I'm with you guys. So this, like I said, it's my first time to try. This is a Eric Espinosa, made at the La Zona factory. This is the Wick, La Bamba, the Wick. And now this is a full-bodied cigar, and I'm starting to get that nicotine taste, and I'm just not enjoying the flavor anymore, so I'm tossing this out. So this is me, a cigar guy, and I'm not enjoying it anymore, so I'm getting rid of it. So.
And once you get to that point, guys, where you do not like the cigar, don't keep smoking it. Because it'll ruin you for cigars. Like if you're done, you may have only smoked half. Well, think about it is you just threw half of the money away. I mean, until you find.
I'll be right back.
That's what you got to do.
Here's another advice from me. If I'm smoking a cigar and I have to go do something, I'll put the cigar down and I just let it sit on the cigar rest and let it go out on its own. I don't stamp out the cigar because if you do that, you'll create a stench. So if you let the cigar sit and let it cool down and burn out on its own, you'll have less likely of having a cigar stench in your area. Also, if you are smoking a cigar and you put it down to rest to let it go out on its own and you leave to go do something and you come back, if it's been over 30 minutes, I would not relight that cigar and start smoking on it. The reason is, and this is the one I'm going to put out because I'm not going to smoke it anymore. Once it's cooled down, all your slobber and everything here on the cap end that seeped into the cigar, and if you and also drawing up through the cigar, you burned all that tobacco. If you relight the cigar after 30 minutes, you're going to get burnt tasting tobacco, nicotine taste, and it's going to be horrible. So if it's been sitting over 30 minutes, I will not relight a cigar.
I just remember this is probably the best one I've found so far for an everyday one. It's Carrillo Encore. You ever heard of that?
Carrillo.
It's got another name, but it's so small. It's a
Criollo, C-R-I.
Yeah, L-I-O or something like that.
Yeah, Criollo. That's made by CAO. That's Rick Rodriguez.
Okay,
and,
yeah, it was box
those are
press.
great.
It was real dark. Yeah, that's been my favorite one so far. I love
those
that.
Are great. They are hard to find too. So I love those. I used to have boxes of them. I'm all smoked out on those. But that was one of my favorites for a long time. While we're sitting there talking, let's talk about the perfect cut.
And this is all subjective, guys.
Yeah. Now, it goes for every person, but I'm the expert.
He just had to kind of stick that one in there. Yeah, I'm the expert. But like, this is how you gonna cut this. I'm telling you right now. Don't make me cut you.
So this is a crappy cigar. It is a cheap cigar. It's Nicaraguan, Honduran tobacco, but it'll probably run you about $2 to $3. I had a 5-pack sample. This is the last one, and by now I can tell you that it's
you ain't smoking it like
$2 to $3. Yeah, well, that's why I'm going to chop it up. So it's not an expensive cigar. So you do multiple cuts. Now, the proper way for this is a straight cut. So this is a guillotine cutter. If you guys can see that, I got to find my camera. So it's a guillotine cut. See that? and this is made by Calibri, and I like this because it has a little button right here. You pull down on it, and it pops up, and then when you cut your cigar, it goes back into place just like that, so you don't cut your finger off.
And on Sam's thing, that to me, that company is one of the best cigar cutting tools. That company makes some of the best ones.
Now, I've bought some expensive stuff from Zycar, which is a very notorious company, and they sell all kinds of lighters and cutters and punches and stuff, and they have a lifetime warranty. So if it goes bad, you send it back to the company, they send you another one. Well, I destroyed so many of their products that this thing lasts longer and does better than the most expensive Zycar that you can get out there, just from my own personal use and experience.
And these will run you what, $40 for those?
This right here?
Yeah.
I don't remember the price point on my cutters.
I've got the V cutter.
Okay, so I got one of those too.
And it was about $40, I believe.
I think you're about right.
I think that's about the average for their cutters is $40, but well worth every $40 you're gonna ever pay for one.
Yeah, I mean, I did have, this is my second one of this color. So they come in different colors. You pick whatever. I just picked this one for the hell of it. But I had it for so long. I probably had that cutter, excuse me, for about 5 to 7 years. And I traveled with it, and it was all destroyed, and it wasn't very springy, and it was worn out. I sent it back to the company, and they sent me a brand new one. So,
oh, really?
It's been 7 years, and they sent me a brand new one.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome.
So now that I know
Zycar,
this is a Colibri.
Colibri, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta find my camera.
All right, I won't write that one down.
I'll send you the links, Drew.
Okay, all right.
So for a straight cut, I see a lot of people make this mistake.
I did. I used to. I know where you're going. I made that mistake many times.
Let's see. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this on camera here. I want to make a mess on my laptop. I gotta find my camera. There it is.
All right. Show them first. Show them the cigar where the cap is.
All right. So this is This is the cap. I've already cut off. This is the proper cut that I've already cut off on here like this. But this is the cap, and if you look at the cap of the cigar, you'll see like a little piece of tobacco kind of laid over like this, and that is the cap to protect the end of the cigar. And when you cut, the proper cut should look something like this. You just barely scrape off the end of the cap.
You do not want to cut the entire cap off.
Yes, and so I witnessed. I'm not going to call out this guy, but he's a beard product reviewer the other night, and well, I'll just say that he lit up a cigar, and I watched him cut it, and I'm sitting there watching him smoke, and I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm typing back like, you cut it wrong. You don't know what you're doing. Well, I'm not going to call him out. I'm not going to say his name.
No, there's no need to, but there is a proper way, and Sam's going to show you with a straight cutter what that proper way is.
So if you cut off, they always say to cut off like a quarter, but if I cut this much off, this cigar is going to unravel and fall apart, and it's going to be a crap cigar. So what you do with a straight cut is you just barely, see if I can do this on camera backwards here.
Hey, Stunner.
Barely put it in there, and then you just kind of shave it down like that, and then that will give you the clean cut. So you still have part of the cap on there, protecting the cigar and keeping the wrapper together. And then you have an open airflow for you to draw on as you smoke. Now, Bam, you brought up the V-cut. Now, I like the V-cut. Matter of fact, here we go. I got a good cigar that I'm going to do the straight cut on. So here's my cap, still on there. If you can't see it, it has that little piece of tobacco over the top here. Sorry, I'm trying to find my camera. So it's still sealed. Now I'm going to do my straight cut the right way. I'm just going to put it in there.
And you look, and as you're talking, I'm going to say, as you guys see, he's not cutting that whole cap. You'll see the cap line. You can always see the cap line. You just want to cut under the cap to make sure that cap keeps your cigar together.
So that right there, I just barely shaved any off of the cap, but now I've got an airflow that I can smoke my cigar from.
And
here's
then
another one. Sorry, man. Go ahead.
no, and then that's a good a beginner one. I'm not a huge fan of the straight cut. I used to do punch and straight cut. I don't like them. I like the V cut for one. Here's a V cutter, and you'll show the V cut too. But it's the same thing, but it just cuts it in a V.
Exactly right. So as you can see this here, and I'll explain. Let's see. I gotta find. Let's see. There we go. So as you can see, it has like a little V area on the cutter. Trying to find my camera like that. And that's all I'm going to shave off. And if you can see the metal actually has like a V shape to it. So what I like to use the V cut for is torpedo cigars. So as you can see, this is called a torpedo because it looks like a torpedo on the end of it. And what I do is, I gotta find my camera. I'll put the cigar in just like that. And I'm going to just boom.
And then show them the cigar sits all the way at the back. There's a little indentation on the V cutter.
Yes.
Where it goes into the hole. And you put the cigar, when you do a V cut, you put that cigar all the way to where it touches that back end where it can't go any further.
Absolutely. So if you can see my cigar, I got a nice little V cut there. Now, you could be like Bam and do the double V cut, which this is the end of my cigar that I just chopped off in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to flick that out. The double V cut, which is Bam's favorite cut. So I'm going to take my cigar, I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to do the same V cut. I'm going to push it all the way into the back of the cigar, just like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe I'll go like this. And then now I'm going to cut the opposite way. Just like that.
And it gives you a crown.
Now it gives you a crown.
And the reason I like that so much, guys, is because I get a lot more airflow through the cigar doing that. You kind of, it takes when you inhale, it takes all that when you do like the first one with the straight cut, you kind of are forcing all the air through one little hole. And you get a particular taste out of it, but it'll usually hit your tongue right in there. And if you keep going and it hits that one spot over and over, and this is just for me, I don't like that because it tends to, like you said, you get that nicotine burn on your tongue. So that's when I started doing the crown cut, is because it takes from all sides of the cigar and just literally fills your mouth with smoke from all different directions. So you get that fullness out of it. Now, again, guys, this is you got to try different things and see what you like versus whatever. None of this is in stone. You do what you like. That's the greatness about cigars. You do what you like.
Yes. So to do a caveat to what you're saying, Bam, do you know what the different cuts do when you draw?
I know what they do for me. I don't know what they're supposed to do, but I know what they do for me.
Let me do one more cut. So this is called a punch, and this is made by Zycar. All right, it's a little keychain one, and what it does is it has this little piece on here that as I rotate, it's going to bring out a little cone, just like that. And then this is what I'm going to shove into my box press cigar. This is a square-shaped cigar. Sorry, I'm trying to find my camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this punch, and I'm going to create a draw hole in the cigar. So I've already opened it up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it in the center, just like that. And I'm not going to really force. I'm just going to kind of twist it back and forth and let the cutting of the cutter or the punch do its own work. And as I'm going into the cigar, all right, I am adding a little pressure to it to get in there.
I'm about to say, you got to add a little pressure there. You be turning that thing all day.
Yeah. I'm going inside the cap, and I'm going actually past the cap into the cigar. I'm trying to do this without cracking it.
And this is the reason I don't do punch, because it just takes too damn long.
All right, so inside my punch, I have where I cut off the cap. As you can see, this is what I've done with the hole. Now I can smoke my cigar, but there's a reason why you would do a punch versus doing a V cut, which in this case I did the crown like Bam, versus when you're just shaving off the little cap right there. So each cut has its own unique reason for that cut. So we'll start off with the box press and the hole punch here. What this does is it constricts and reduces your draw on your cigar and sends all of the flavor to this little hole right here, which when you have it in your mouth, it is forcing that like a stream of smoke to your tongue. And that's where that hole, and it sends all the flavors. So constrict, it sends all that flavor through that tiny hole straight to your tongue with the punch. If you're doing a straight cut, what this does is it gives you more flavor of the cigar, but it will burn hotter. You'll probably smoke this faster because you're getting more airflow through the cigar, and you will taste it throughout your entire mouth, kind of like with your crown cut that you did. So if I just did just the one V cut with this one right here, then what I'm doing is I'm focusing the tobacco the smoke of the cigar through just like this. If I smoke my cigar in this position, or if I rotate my hands, I'm smoking the cigar in this position, it's a V cut. So if I smoke this way, when I draw in the cigar, I'm sending the smoke to my tongue and my palate, and you'll get different tastes from it. If I'm smoking the cigar, and sorry, I got to find it. A V cut is like this, going in. Now I'm sending the smoke to the back of my tongue and to the sides of my mouth. So,
and that's why I like that crown cut, because it just gives you everything. You get your palate, you get your tongue, you get your sides. It just gives you everything. So, again, it's just it's going to be strictly just what you guys like, and you got to keep playing around. Drew, how do you cut yours? What do you got for a cutter over there?
Just straight V cut.
Straight. Okay, so you got the V cut.
Yeah, just a little cheapy. I think it was like $4.
And it'll get you by probably for about 6 months.
Long enough to find one online that I want. I'm gonna check out that one that y'all got.
Yeah, I'll
probably grab that.
And I also shoot you the link for this lighter too.
Okay, definitely, yeah.
This thing is $14.99 on Amazon. I love this thing. I got two. I love them so much. I got 3 of them.
Yeah, I definitely want to kind of upgrade on some of those accessories, I guess you'd call them.
Every good cigar smoker should have a good cutter and a good lighter. A torch lighter is what I recommend now. A lot of people are old school. They use the match technique,
takes too long,
which is fine. Yeah, but to me, I like the torch because
my dad is strictly, you better have a damn match. He does like this that I got him, but my dad will pick out a match any day and sit there and toast it with a match, and then he'll take it my dad does this every time. He'll take it, he'll put the match up there, and he'll suck it. I'm like, stop doing that.
Well, you can use the match, but the thing is, when you light it, you got to burn off all that sulfur first.
Yeah.
Before you apply it to your cigar, because if you strike the match and it's still hot and you put it up, you're inhaling the sulfur from the match itself as you're drawing through. This, what I posted up on the screen for everybody is Stunner Beauty. She is the wife of Felix of Beard Out Brand.
Okay.
Now, and then we also have people on Beards in here too.
Highlight the comment underneath that one. 8-Bit said, "I like my Zippo." Here's the thing that I have. Here's the thing I have learned. Now, Sam, you might be able to get me on this one.
Okay.
Stop using the Zippo.
That's what I heard.
Unless you're using like the fuel I use is pure fuel. It's got all the purities taken out of it. That's what you want with a torch lighter. When you got Zippos and you're just pouring that fuel in there, most of those fuels for the Zippos are not pure. They got all kinds of nasty. They got all kinds of lighter fluid in them. You will start tasting that lighter fluid. Get away from the Zippo. It works great. Don't get me wrong. I used the Zippo for the longest time. Get away from the Zippo. 8-Bit, get away from that Zippo. You will see the change in your cigar. I promise you.
Yes. So the fuel that's used in Zippos, it will give the flavoring or the impurity will get into the cigar as you're lighting it and smoking it, and it can ruin the cigar. Now, there are inserts, so you could take out the insert of a Zippo and put in a torch device back in the Zippo So it still looks like a Zippo, but it's a torch lighter. It's a single flame. I have some of those. I don't have anyone out here with me, but you're right. Don't use the Zippo, and don't use this.
Yeah, don't use the 8-bit said so my welding torch will be better. It may be.
Yeah, use your welding torch.
You may burn the hell out of your cigar with a welding torch. You might have to go
away as you're doing it.
Yeah, here's your cigar. Like here's your cigar. Put that welding torch like all the way over here.
Yeah, exactly. And so the Bic lighter, you see them everywhere for cigarettes. Now, I have actually been known to use these only in emergency situations when I travel. Sometimes I have to fly, and I can't take my torch lighter with me on the plane.
You do what you got to do.
I buy one of these Bics, but it's not recommended. But if you do use a Bic, the way you light your cigar, so you don't get any nastiness, is to light it down below and just kind of rotate so as you get a little bit of burn on your cigar without scorching it too bad as you're lighting it.
You never want to put a cigar in a direct flame.
Yeah, it ruins the tobacco.
Yep. So Drew, as kind of I don't want to say you're the newer guy, but you're learning what you kind of like now. What has some stuff that you found out through your little cigar adventure, looking at YouTube, looking at other people do stuff, questions you've asked? What kind of advice could you give to people that are thinking about maybe, hey, I think I'm going to try a cigar?
One is try multiple different kinds, different sizes, different everything, because all of them are so different. I hate to bring it up, but it's just like beard oil. All of them are different. All the companies, all the flavors you can get from them, and the more I'm learning is, especially you can look them up, what the taste profiles are going to be on some of these cigars, and some of them it's pretty cool how you can get cedar, you can get leather, you can get nutty, creamy, chocolatey, all kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's just so freaking many. But I've been trying to support local more, but I've grabbed a couple sample packs. But yeah, I mean, just go do it. I mean, it's really nice. It's nice to have a little set aside time. It's not like when you have a cigarette. Like a cigarette, I can work and smoke. I can't do that with a cigar. I actually set aside 30 minutes to an hour and actually be able to relax and stuff. It's I guess a hobby, maybe I could say. It's something I'm enjoying a lot.
Yeah.
And I get to talk to people, you know what I mean? Can't wait till the COVID's over. Maybe I can start meeting up with people or whatever, but it's definitely a good thing to do. I'm enjoying it a lot.
That's cool.
I think you will enjoy the cigar lifestyle, Drew.
Yeah.
Since Bam is sending you a bomb, I guess I got to send you a bomb too. So I'll put something together. Actually, Bam, I owe you something, so I got to send you something too.
Man, you've given me so much, man. It's good. It's one of those that this was brought on for me as the first time I smoked cigar, I was actually in the Bahamas. And you hear about Cuban cigars. Like Cuban cigar this, Cuban cigar that, Cuban cigar this, and there's a big want for Cuban cigars. And so when we were in the Bahamas, it was my buddy's wedding. I was like, oh, hell, I'm going to, I've done the Swisher Sweets and stuff like that when I've been drinking as a kid. And I was like, I'm going to try, we're going to go to a little local shop and see what they gave me. Well, they gave me help me out with the name of that, the known Cuban one.
The Cohiba?
Yeah, they gave me a Cohiba. And it was a yellow wrapper. I still remember it. It was a yellow wrapper Cohiba. And I just enjoyed sitting. We were on the beach, and we were actually up in their thing, and they were having like a little get-together party, something or another. And I just needed some time that I was kind of going through a rough time in my life. And I was just like, you know what? We're going to try this. So my buddy we went over there and got a cigar. And I just sat down and smoked that cigar. And it was kind of like an hour to myself. It was just not, Tara's sitting right here. You guys know my wife. She hates the cigar, so she ain't going to bug me. It's just it's an hour to yourself just to get your thoughts to, anytime you think something's just not good or something, you can go have a cigar and just have your thoughts with yourself and figure it out yourself. You know, you don't have to bitch and moan about everything. You can figure stuff out yourself. But my thing was that it was just something to get away, and I enjoyed it, and it made me lightheaded as all get out, dude. I thought I was higher than the kite. I still had to. I had to go back the next day. Okay, guy, did you give me weed or did you give me a cigar? Because I was lightheaded as all get out. I'm sitting there like, wow, that was pretty cool. Like we literally went back to the little shack. I go, okay, guys, because in the Bahamas, you know, because it's so close to Cuba, and weed over there is like candy, pretty much. I mean, you be on the beach and somebody be trying to get you something. And so I was like, are you sure you gave me a cigar, not weed? He's like, yes, that's a cigar. I promise. He's like, our weed's over there. I was like, okay, just want to make sure. Because I was like, but it was from that point on, there was a point to where I stopped. And then, I don't know, just kind of brought it back up. It was kind of my Friday sit down and just enjoy type of thing.
Yeah.
Just to bring it up again real quick, for people that just came in, as you can see, scrolling across my screen here, for Beard Out Brand, which is what I'm wearing today to support them. It is a veteran-owned company, a good friend of the beard community. He makes bearded apparel, hats, sweatshirts, T-shirts, beanies, things like that. He has just found out that he has kidney cancer, and I already have his permission to talk about this today, but I posted up in the comment section as well as on the screen earlier, and it's also on my Instagram to help raise some funds to help pay to offset some of his medical expenses. He is going to have some surgery and stuff, so I'm just trying to help support him and his company that he started, which I'm proud to wear his product. And you can go to Beard Out Brand and on Instagram, and on his Instagram page, he has a link to his website. You can go there and place your order, and if you use my code SAMSAM10, it'll save you 10% off your order. I'm just doing whatever I can to help support this fine gentleman and his beautiful family, to help him out, offset some costs. So if you guys can help out in any way, I would greatly appreciate it. It would make me feel good if we can do that for him, since he does so much and he served his country. And
y'all stop and y'all don't be cheap. Don't use the code. Just buy something.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's true too.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna go support. Sam, I consider you a good friend. Drew, I consider you a good friend. And if something that you say you support, I'd like to be the one to help support as well. So we'll definitely go check it out.
Well, thank you, Bam. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys being here. I'm glad we could do this. This is I know Drew and we talked about it. Bam, you and I have talked about coming together and just.
I know, and I got left off. I had to invite myself. What kind of crap is that?
Well, it was spur of the moment, to be honest.
Oh,
with you.
chop liver over there.
Hey,
Chop liver. I'm gonna change my name to Chop Liver.
And
I'm about to line up another one. So I mean, I'm here as long as y'all need me to be here. This is actually fun. As guys that like cigars and just guys in general, we need this to an extent because even let's take back for a sec. Even we're all part of the beard world. I'm not even calling. I'm just calling it the beard world. And you get that drama from the beard world, you're going to get drama from the cigar world. You're going to get drama everywhere. So just own the drama, have fun, and enjoy the people that you get along with, and just do what you need to do to make yourself better, to not go nuts during this whole COVID thing, because COVID is what's causing a lot of this stuff, because we are all sitting at home bored as piss, not being around friends, not being around family. And so your mind wanders. That's why I smoke, because I need my mind to stop wandering.
I 100% agree.
Go ahead and talk, gentlemen.
No, we're good. We're good. So what else you want to bring up, Drew? This is an open topic. I mean, it ain't got to be cigars. It could be whatever, man.
I'm good, man. I'm just tired. I'm enjoying a weekend off. I don't have to work any this weekend, so I'm just.
Oh, that's good.
Hanging out, relax. I got built some custom shelves. I'm gonna try to sell some of them. I've got some stepdad, my mom's husband, whatever you want to call him. I call him Frank. He's got he's got a little sawmill. It's like he ordered all the parts and stuff. It's a big bandsaw basically, but what it is. But he got some custom wood cut up and stuff. I'm gonna try to make some shelves and stuff.
Sweet.
Sometime this weekend. So
Sweet.
I'm gonna post a few pictures of them once I get them going. I think I'm gonna do a video on some of it, but
this is hilarious right here.
Sorry,
what is this drama?
But it does. It goes back to, us as humans, we're just social creatures, and not being able to be social makes our minds wander. So, that's why I get on that. That's why you guys see me on my lives damn near every like 3 hours. Because if I don't, I'm gonna go nuts.
Hey, so George brings up a good question, and Tiki's not here. I wish he was. Do you guys watch Tiki's YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought to be here.
Watching his YouTube channel. So I believe you made a shelf for Tiki. Is that right, Drew?
Yeah, the coffin shaped one. Yeah.
Yes, awesome. That man, he did a great job of demonstrating your product and everything like that. And George's question is what made me think of this. So I want to push this question to you.
I don't really know, to be honest with you yet. I want to see how much time it takes to do it. I mean, the wood's going to be free, so it's pretty much just on, however long it takes me and all that stuff. I'm not 100% sure.
Here's the answer to that question, Drew. Whatever it takes to support his beard and cigar habits.
There you go.
That's the correct answer.
There you go. That's about right. I'll when I do post some pictures on it, I'll put some prices on it, or I'll DM you ahead of time, George, and let you know, or whoever's interested. We'll figure out something.
You got a little side gig going on here. It looks like this is good.
Yeah, I mean, which I mean, that's pretty much what I do for a living. I install stuff, fix stuff, floors, whatever. I like messing with wood, so it's kind of like a cigar too. It's relaxing time,
Yeah, that's awesome. So Beach Bum Beards, I guess he's hiring your services. Can you make one with his logo?
Shoot me a picture of what you're wanting in my DMs. Drew's Nitro on Instagram.
There you go. You got to help out Beach Bums. Doing awesome stuff.
Yeah, just shoot me an idea or something, and I'll see what I can do.
Cool.
That's a different cigar.
What do you got there, man?
Weird. Well, I picked up a weird one because it was weird. It's called Nica Rustica.
Oh, Nica Rustica. Yeah. So that is made by Drew Estates.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be a medium to full-bodied cigar. It comes in a black wrapping with the gold label on it and stuff like that, and they come in count to 20. It's not a bad cigar. It's a little different.
Yeah, that first puff, I was like, okay, that's a little weird.
Yeah, the Nica Rustica. Yeah, that's I have a guy that smokes the hell out of that I know from my local cigar shop. So my second cigar is going to be this Viva La Vida. It's made by Arturo del Tobacco, and this is considered a full-bodied cigar, but honestly, it's a medium body to me. It doesn't have a whole lot of changing of the tobacco as you're smoking it. It's pretty much the same scent profile or flavoring throughout the cigar. What's up, Tomahawk?
Tommy, what's up, bud? I saw Billy come in too. What's up, Billy?
Yes, Drew Estates has the Cuba on their asset line to answer your question, Billy Rogers.
Oh man, but yeah, man, we definitely got to do this more often. Maybe get a couple other people in, just chit chat about cigars, man. And I think the next round we should all smoke the same cigar and see what we get out of it.
Yes,
I thought about that. Yeah, I thought about that a little bit before we started.
I said we all do the Kentucky Fire, but that's just me.
Hey, I'm down for that.
I'm down.
Okay. Well, you're sending Drew some KFC, right, Bam?
Yep, I got 1 or 2 in there for him. Yeah.
Is it the Fat Molly?
Yeah, Fat Molly is the only one that I'll really smoke, is because to me, it's the perfect size, the perfect time length, the perfect. I have done the smaller ones, but to me, the taste changes too much in the small ones versus the Fat Mollies to my taste buds.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I am completely out of the Fat Molly size KFC, but my local cigar shop sells them because I'm the one that asked them to bring them in for me. And because I bought so many, that's why they keep them in stock. So I will go down at my earliest convenience and pick some up. And that is an excellent idea. I'm glad you brought that up, Bam. We should all smoke the same cigar at the same time, and we can all talk about that one cigar. I think that'd be a great idea.
Now, if you can just get your buddy to make your cigar again, I'd love to do that again too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I only need like, I don't know, $20,000, and yeah, I'll make it happen for you.
He's got the thing. Can't he just start making them for?
Just cut me a check. I mean, if it's out of state and it bounces, it's okay. No worries.
But if you guys didn't know, Drew did have his own cigar company, and my dad is a big cigar person. And Drew had brought me some cigars that he made called the Phoenix.
Sam, not Drew.
Sam, sorry. I
was looking like, huh?
Sam bought me some. I'm still thinking Drew Estates in my head. But Sam brought me something called the Phoenix. I will literally say I would put that cigar up against every damn cigar out there. That was an absolute fantastic cigar.
Thank you.
Where I want more. And my dad even asked for more. And Sam was nice enough to give me his last one to give to my dad.
Yeah. Actually, that was my blend that you smoked. I don't think I gave you any of the other blends that we made. I only gave you my blend. So, wait, let me answer some questions here. Billy Rogers, did I ever try Diablo cigars? No, I don't think I did. Either I couldn't get any from my local cigar shop or I could not find any. They went under just as my company did as well. And to answer Beach Bum Beards here, what are you smoking straight gold for $20K? No, that's just to get started. You need at least 20 grand to get started. That is to get your name out there, order the bands that go around the cigars or the labels, which we like to call them bands. To get these made, our bands, when we made the bands for our cigars, it costed us $5,000 because we wanted it a certain way. I mean, you can always go the El Cheapo way if you want it, but we wanted it to stand out a certain way. So that alone, just to make the mold to make our band was $5,000. Then we had to order our band, which was $3,000, and we had, I believe we had 3 different bands at the time. So we ordered 1,000 of each. So that was $3,000 right there for our bands. And we had 3 colors. We had a maroon color, a blue purplish color, and a black with our Phoenix logo on the inside of it, Phoenix cigars and everything. It was very nice, very beautiful, but it was very expensive just for that. Now, to buy all the to buy all the tobacco and to come up with our blends, we reached out to a manufacturer and we told them, here's what we're looking for in a cigar. So they kept sending us all these different samples of cigars to try. And I told them, well, here's what I want to look like. I want to be a box press cigar. I want it to be a Robusto size, 5 inches long, at least a 50 ring gauge, which is the end of the cap here, size. And I wanted a Habano wrapper on the outside. So they mixed together some Nicaraguan and Dominican blend of tobacco into my cigar and wrapped it with the wrapper that I wanted on there. And I let that cure. Then they sent that to me to try. And that's the one I ended up choosing. And then my other partners that I was in the company with, they came up with their own blends similar. So we came out with 3 cigars. And mine that I had blended and picked was the top selling one over the other 2. The other 2 used Dominican tobacco, and they had Negrito wrappers which we were the first company to come out with the Negrito wrapper. But as soon as we did, before we could place our next order to order more, getting with the Negrito wrapper on there, another company came in and bought up everything that was left. So whatever we produced in the Negrito wrapper was all we got. And I think we put out 1,000 cigars of each of those. There was a Robusto size and a Toro size, two different fillers on the inside, but they both had the Negrito wrapper on the outside, where mine lasted a little bit longer than the other two, but then eventually, due to FDA and everything, we had to shut down. So it was an experience that I like to talk about. Yes, it's a failure, but at least I could say, one, I started my own cigar company. One, I'm blending my own cigar. And even though the company only lasted 2 years, at least I've done it and I can talk about it. So,
exactly.
Sure.
And I'm not lying when I said that was just a great cigar. Could you actually sell that blend to somebody to have them make it as another company if they wanted to? I mean, I know you can't, but you're the ones that own that blend. Can cigar companies do stuff like that to where they stop?
Not necessarily.
No.
So if I have a special blend that I blend with BAM's tobacco rolling company out of Nicaragua, let's say, and I say, okay, BAM, these are the primings I want for this cigar, and we make this cigar, and it sells, and then you and I have a falling out. And then now I'm moving over to go to Drew's tobacco factory. And I'm like, Drew, I want you to still make my cigar and the same way I had it before, but now I can't use the same recipe because that falls under BAM's tobacco rolling factory. So now I can have the same cigar name, but maybe we have to change up the tobaccos on the inside for the filler with Drew's company, and Drew will do his best to make it taste similar or as close to the same as I had when I had it with BAM's company. So,
but companies don't sell, like, if I gave the okay, like companies don't give the okay to sell. Like if Drew over there wanted to make it, and I didn't want to make it no more, and I'd say, well, it's going to cost you $100,000.
There are people that do that. Yes, you could if they're willing, but I'll be honest with you, it's like a cooking recipe. You have your way of doing things. Drew has his way of doing things, and you don't want to steal BAM's original recipe because even no matter what you do, it's not going to come out right. And then BAM could get pissed off at Drew and sue Drew. So you would have to change it up a little bit.
So pretty much once a blend is there and it goes away, it's gone forever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good to know.
What's up, Billy?
Billy. Oh man.
Did you guys know I blended my own beard oil?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, I saw that video.
That was an experience. So now, I don't know if anybody in the chat room here follows me on YouTube, but I did that video because, one, I just wanted to have the experience and try it out just for the hell of it and just say, hey, I made my own. Whether I was a success or I failed, I just wanted the experience. And now I look back on it. What I created, I really enjoy. Excuse me. And I still use it. Well, I haven't here in the past couple of days. I've been trying other stuff. But it was a great experience just to sit down and learn and try to blend my own beard oil. So
now you understand the struggle.
Yes, I do. Yeah, and that's where I was leading to. And I was telling Drew that I think earlier throughout the week. I was like, yeah, because he commented on my video, and I was like, yeah. Now I have a new found respect. I mean, I already respected such as yourself, Bam. But now I know the struggles that you guys go through to make the product and to give to others. So I think it was really cool. My master mixer, new companies. No, I highly doubt that, Derek. Man, that would be cool to do a collab, and some people have reached out to me to do a collaboration with, but I don't know. It'll be my first time to do a collaboration, but and I really don't know what to expect. If it happens, it happens. Great. If not, oh well, it's cool. But no, I don't see Sam starting up a beard company anytime soon. I'm just way too busy, and I'd rather leave it to the experts such as yourself and Bam and 8-Bit Company. You guys, that's all you guys do. You can dedicate your time and professionalism to create a superior product where I just can't dedicate right now. But since we're talking about beard products, I got some in the mail today. I'm not going to mention his name, Jolly Old Fat Man, or anything like that. But Jolly Old Fat Man knows that I like the cigar or tobacco scented beard products. Now, I've already tried his Comet, which is the apple scented that I really love. And I've tried his South Pole Lounge, which is a little bit stronger of a cigar scent, which I've really enjoyed. And so I asked Bam to create me some other cigar scented beard oils, and he sent me some. So this is called
I sent you all the one my cigar line that really didn't go nowhere. Yeah. I had it, and I was like, here, I don't mind.
So I have the Leroy, which is the redneck hybrid. Shout out to the drunk uncle that shows up to every holiday with a new girlfriend, bottle of whiskey, cigars, and to-go boxes for leftovers. You described me pretty well, Bam. So I have that to try. That came in today. And what I'm going to do, Bam, as soon as first I have to complete my video on your lump of coal soap and get it right and actually hit the record button this time when I do it. But after I put that up on my channel, I'm going to do a week of where all I do is sample all of your cigar scented beard oils. And then at the end, I'm going to blindfold myself and have one of my sons pass me the bottles and pick which one I think is the best one of the whole bunch. So
cool. Hey guys, this was not the Jolly Old Fat Man channel. They just happened to get it at the same time we did this. So
yeah, it just came in the mail literally today. So I just wanted to shout that out.
I appreciate it. But yeah, guys, this has been fun, man. I've enjoyed sitting there talking cigars. You know, I talk a lot, so if you guys think I'm talking too much, I talk. I'm one of the people I can talk to a wall for an hour. I'm fine.
So my next oil in this bunch that I got today is called Dasher, and this is from Jolly Old Fat Man. Dasher is the fastest reindeer in the world, and that's why Santa made him captain of the reindeer team. Dasher's secret to being fast is a strong cup of coffee to help him keep that speed up. So I'm guessing by the story, this is going to be a mixture of coffee and cigar. So, and then this one here is called Vixen. This is a cigar, chocolate, and raspberry.
Yeah, I ran out of labels. Like I said, I don't even sell those on the site no more. I don't even sell those on the site no more because it wasn't going nowhere. So I was like, and Sam, you know, since he was such into cigars, I was like, here, try these. Tell me what you think if it's a cigar or not.
I like that Vixen a lot. I've got that one too.
Do you? Okay. Sweet. Well, I look forward to trying it out. So that's my thought process of my plan. This last one here I have, it's called Donner. Excuse me. Donner flees up. Oh boy. Fires up the grill. Oh, this is that one you were telling me about.
Yeah.
An elf blow mode onto the hot coals. He crashes. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Grabs his cigar and invites all the elves over to the barbecue. There's nothing but, oh my gosh, I can't read this. Nothing but fear in their eyes when Donner says, "You could be next." So there you go. Donner, the barbecue one.
You guys got any questions for me, cigar wise, or anything, guys? I mean, this is kind of our open chat of sitting there and just chit chatting. So if anybody in the comments got something, or if any of you guys got something you want to ask it. If anybody knows me, I'm an open book. I pretty much tell you anything.
Yes, you are.
And it gets me in trouble a lot of times, but hey, I tell you what it is.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, honesty's key, man.
Mm-hmm. You ever go to a job interview? You know, like, what's good and what's bad about you kind of thing. And you're like, well, I'm honest. And they're like, well, how's that a bad thing? Because I'm going to tell you what I think, and you may not like what I say. So it could be a positive or a negative.
Yeah, and it just depends on what side of everything you are. It can be a positive, it can be a negative. It's just how you take it. I'm never going to steer anybody in the wrong direction. If you ask me something, I'm going to tell you. And if you may not like the answer, but sorry, you asked. That's kind of my motto on stuff,
Let's see. I was trying to think of some topics to cover today too. And just so you know, Beach Bums, you do an excellent job of creating your scents. Hawaiian Sunset, #1 in my book. Just want to let you know that. Now, I do know you got some new stuff coming out, so I look forward to trying that.
Hey, Drew, you ever going to release your stuff, or you finally got to the point where you're like, it's too much work?
It's not too much work. I just don't have the time. I don't know if I'm willing to or not. I was actually talking to, I think it was Tiki yesterday. Tiki and then Jesse Thompson, I think his name. I was talking with both of them yesterday about it. I don't have the time. I work 6-7 days a week. Yeah. I got a 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old in. The hell was that? Oh, hang on. Sorry. Okay. I had an alarm set. I got a 3-year-old. I don't think I have time to do it. I'm still buying scents. I'm still getting a few carrier oils, different butters here and there, messing around with it. I got probably 15, 20 butters that I've been just messing around with, just trying different stuff, but I'm not sure yet, to be honest with you.
Sorry, gentlemen. While you guys are talking, I think Dagan is telling me to check something on my IG. So let's see here. I apologize.
Ain't no apologizing. We're just here talking, smoking cigars. Like I say, guys, I would suggest anybody try a cigar. You're not inhaling them. I have one of my good friends just went through some heart stuff, some bad stuff. He's good now. It's been 2 years, but even the heart surgeon, the one of the top leading heart surgeons in Atlanta, smoked cigars. And told him it was fine if he did, because you're not inhaling these things. And there's no chemicals in it. This is strictly tobacco. It's not like cigarettes where they put all that extra chemicals and all that other stuff. This is strictly tobacco. I mean, they've been smoking cigars for ages. So, if you're looking for that time to sit and relax and enjoy and just be to yourself, or even be around friends and discussing, a cigar is a good way to do it.
Yep.
Dagan, if you're watching, buddy, I saw your message. Yeah, Dagan would like to put a shout out to everybody to watch his live tomorrow. I believe is what I saw in my messages. Double check here. So, Dagan, go ahead and write that up, buddy, man. I'll post it up here for everybody to see.
Yeah, put it up there. What you doing live tomorrow, Dagan?
Yeah, put out your live, what you're going to be talking about, what time to catch you, all that, please. And I'll post it up here for everybody to see. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, my first was a Cohiba. Yeah, that's a lot of people's. Cohibas are their first. I think my first was a Monte Cristo. I think that was one of my first, besides the Cohiba, but my first actual cigar was a Monte Cristo. I don't remember what it was. I just remember it was a Monte Cristo.
Just so you know, Billy Rogers at the Fuente 858 is an excellent cigar. I couldn't agree more. Also, Beach Bum Beards, Cohiba. If you get the Cuban, depends now. There are counterfeits out there. If I gave you one out of my stash, which, bam, I think I gave you one. They are legitimate. Cohiba, Cuban. I don't have many left. I know I gave them out to somebody, but
I didn't get the Cuban because I got a buddy whose parents are from Cuba, and he gets them from Cuba all the times. And Cuban Cohibas are great, but there's so many. The name is what's got people wanting to buy them. I think there's so many other great cigars out there besides the Cuban.
Well, here you go. We have a movie star,
Peter North. Peter North here, adult film star, always smoking Cubans.
I'll be honest with you. I've watched quite a few of his videos. He's very athletic. So, yeah. He's taught me everything I know and I use today. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
We're famous. Yeah. We got famous people coming in here now.
Hey, man. I welcome anybody.
Hey, this is just the first live stream. So who knows what we're going to get in here.
Right. Hey, man, I'm cool with it.
Hey, fellas, I think I'm gonna have to hop off here. My wife, it sounds like she's having a little problem with my child. If I got time, I'll hop back on. But if not,
yeah, family comes first always, brother.
Yeah, I had a blast for real. I hope we can do this again.
Yes,
as soon as possible. Just message me, or you got my number, either one of you.
Yeah,
gotcha, brother.
Thanks for stopping by, bro. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I look forward to our next time.
All right, appreciate it, man. Y'all be good.
All right, brother. There you go. Man, and then there was two. Man, that was cool. I think Drew is an awesome guy. I love watching his videos. He actually did a great video today talking about bearding. What's that? Bearding on a budget? Yeah. I thought great tips in that video. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, because what people don't realize, you don't have to spend $100 to get your beard looking good. Let's see. We got
we get the Cigar Chat out of Havana. Nice. You know, I've never been to Havana, Cuba. Now I have a friend of mine that has a diplomatic pass. I can't think of the right word. He has a diplomat passport or what have you, so he could go to Cuba and bring back Cubans for me.
Oh, cool.
And the way to check to make sure they're not counterfeit is you look at the box. There's certain labels that they put on there. That's how you know, and depends on how it's sealed too, where you can tell if it's a counterfeit Cuban or a legitimate Cuban. So that'll be something I'll cover later on in the future, but just for everybody else that was curious. Thank you, Peter. Thanks for stopping by, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks everybody stopping by and listening to the first, of we've been on this for 2 hours and 1 minute and we still got people watching.
Oh my gosh, really? I didn't realize it's been that long, man. This has been a good time.
Yeah, I just looked up like, damn, it's been 2 hours. Shit.
Yeah.
My wife's probably wondering what's for dinner.
You should make her one of those homemade hamburgers and hot dogs like you did for me.
Yeah, I think we got some in there. We went to the varsity before I got on here, so she may not be. She's probably good, but I'm gonna send her a quick little text here and say, "Everything good?" Dagan,
see, did I miss it? Dagan, if you're watching, brother, can you write down everything about your live for tomorrow, please, and post it, and then I will put it up here on the screen for everybody else to see. I appreciate it. Let's see here.
Yeah, this was not good. I'm still smoking it, but it's not good. That Nicaragua, whatever. Yeah, not my type of smoke by no means.
If I remember right, that should be a Nicaraguan puro. I could be mistaken. It's been a while since I've had one, and I used to know all this stuff, because I had to smoke all the cigars, so I had to know everything about them. So if I'm off, I apologize.
Whew. Man, oh man, yeah, I got about another 30 minutes. It's gonna get dark quick.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
a little asking me if I was going to go out. I'm sitting there boozing it up, smoking cigars. So I don't know.
Not even notice the time. Rose, what's up, Rosie? Come here.
Yeah, I just put it food.
You good for dinner?
Here you go. I think it's a question for you, Bam.
The varsity in Athens or enemy territory? The one over here in Gwinnett. I went to the varsity over here by my house. If anybody don't know, the varsity is just a staple in Atlanta. Chili dogs. It's a grease pit from hell. And I haven't had varsity in probably a year. I wanted a hot dog. They got good hot dogs with chili. Their chili dogs are just great. And onion rings, like literally you pick up the onion rings and they just drip grease. But it's an Atlanta staple. It's good. And I was expecting I was going to cut off early here and have to go to the bathroom. I'm sitting there like, boy, that's a lot of grease.
Who was it in here? Somebody said something. Oh, okay. So Dagan brought up a good point. I guess I need a mod or something. I guess that's short for moderator to help post up comments and answer questions. Is that what they do? I really don't know.
Yeah, that's probably what they're talking about. We only had like 5 people in here, so I mean,
oh, okay.
If people enjoy the cigar, and probably the next one we'll probably shorten it as this is kind of an introduction to us and what we do for cigars, and maybe the next one when we all get the same cigar and kind of smoke it and talk about what we get of that cigar, maybe we'll stick to more cigar stuff and keep it within the hour smoke of our cigars.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But right now we're just seeing if it works and see if anybody actually enjoys it. That's kind of what this whole thing was. I mean, I got StreamYard too. We can do it on mine. We can do it on yours. We can do it however, need to. We can bring different people in. You can bring different people in. I don't have to be here. However we want to do it. I just know when we were here, we were talking about doing this one time the more people that watch me live and watch me smoke cigars always have questions. And I figured more and more people with the corona are getting into that smoking, enjoying sitting outside, sitting in your garage, sitting in your house, just taking time to yourself to collect your thoughts and what's going on in the world.
I have a good story for the reason to smoke cigars. So back in World War II, oh boy, I'm starting to forget my wars. Oh shoot, what's his name? Winston Churchill. That was in World War II, if I remember correctly. Am I wrong?
I am not a history person by no means.
All right, so the Allies came together in a meeting with Winston Churchill, and they were trying to decide how they were going to initiate and do D-Day, and they could not come to an agreement. A lot of arguing and bickering going back and forth. So what Winston Churchill said is, everybody just relax. He passed out a cigar to everybody, gave them all a drink of whatever, whiskey, something. And he said, for the next hour, we just talk amongst ourselves, no talking about our plans or anything. We talk about anything else. But you have to smoke the cigar and drink your whiskey. At the end of that hour, they came back together for the meeting to discuss what they're going to do in D-Day. And then everything was decided right there. No more arguing and no more bickering. So the point of the story is cigars will bring people together from all different walks of life. And it puts you on the same playing field, makes everybody level. And you can just sit back, enjoy your cigar together, and talk about many subjects. And that's what it's all about.
It doesn't have to be so much of a reviewer type of thing or an influencer. Everybody can smoke cigars. Everybody can enjoy cigars. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be set to any particular, you can make $4 an hour. You can make $1 million an hour. Cigar is not going to judge who you are. It's just going to let you smoke it and let you enjoy it if that's what you want to
do. I just saw this. I'll post it up. Look at that. Awesome. Maybe I already posted it. I just think it's cool. Thanks for stopping by. It's truly an honor. I'll talk to anybody.
I'll talk to anybody, man. It's and I hope, I hope maybe we can keep this going as it's getting warmer. People be more out and stuff like that. And, dude, the Saturday at 2:00, nothing's going on anyways for the most part. And probably if we keep doing this, you'll see me in my pool smoking them.
There you go. Did I talk to you about the cigar gar?
No.
Okay, so a cigar gar, or yard gar, as we call it, is a piece of crap cigar that you light up and smoke as you're doing yard work. That's what it's called. So you may hear people calling certain cigars yard gars. That means it's a crappy cigar, and they're going to smoke it while they're doing yard work and stuff like that. So it burns out or doesn't burn right.
I can't smoke and do anything. Like, to me, smoking, I have to be sitting down and enjoying. For me to try to do yard work or anything while I'm smoking, it's just never going to happen. Excellent point right here. Then I totally agree. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because this one, even though I'm smoking it, I'm about to put it down because it's just nasty. I can't do it no more. I tried. I was hoping maybe it might change a little bit. That's just nasty. And it goes back to earlier what we were talking about. Just sometimes you just got to put it down and say that's enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, see, eventually, if this thing takes off while we're doing, I might do some giveaways or something in the future here. I'll collect something, put it aside, and
how would that work? That would be the other issue. Is how would that work with all the laws and all the other crap of whatnot?
Well, I mean, I'm the one buying the cigar. As long as you're 21 or over, whatever the state laws nowadays are, I believe you have to be 21 nowadays to buy tobacco. So majority of the people that come in to watch stuff like this are going to be 21 or over, and hopefully they have some chin hair or something on their face. I don't know. But
and we're not biased to nobody. You could be babyface and come in. We're fine. We just happen to have beards. We are part of that beard world, and we both smoke cigars. So we're like, hey, let's try this. Do yard work, man. I love yard work. I'm the kind of person I love being like. We got up this morning. My deck was a mess from winter, just throwing shit out here, just getting it, because I got a cover over me here. And so this kind of became a little storage area. And this morning we just got up and just cleaned up everything. And I just like being outside. I am not an indoor person. I don't like being indoors. If anything, I would rather be out somewhere.
And so to answer your question, so if I am not a manufacturer. So if I worked for Drew Estates and you came to me and you're like, hey, Sam, I know you're a salesman for Drew Estates. Can I have a cigar? That is illegal nowadays. You have to purchase. I can't give it to you for free, but I am not affiliated with any of those companies. I don't work for them.
So you can give gifts.
Right. So if I give you cigars, I'm giving you out of my own stash. I've already paid the money and the taxes and everything on that. All I'm doing is giving you out of my own personal stash.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Or maybe we can do giveaways of whatever we're smoking at that time or something like that. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Take that.
Well, it's one thing. Also, because me being a beard company, I got to dot on my I's and cross on my T's because last thing
right,
it gets shut down for something stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're worried about passing out cigars, I mean, we can find ways. Don't worry. You and I can talk offline about it.
I've sent cigars to so many people that I've had relationships with just because I wanted them to try it. Mm-hmm. I got no problem with it. As I said, I don't think it's one of those just have to make sure we dot everything. That's all.
I think you'll be safe because you're not working for any of the big companies. So
nope. And I'm gonna buy
you're giving out your own personal stash, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna buy my cigars. I don't want nobody give me no freebies. I'm gonna buy all my stuff. That one stopped me. Yeah, I figured it was gonna kind of go. We got Billy in here. We know it's gonna go south a little bit.
That's right. Loud. Oh shoot! What are you wearing in beard today, Bam? Are you testing out any products that you're making?
I got the Dirty Snow in today, but did I put some? Yeah, I got Baby Jesus in today. I just love this scent. I do, and I love the fact that everybody's been sending me messages about how much they love the Dirty Snow. It means the world as an owner to get messages like that, and to get messages from the consumer, not from reviewers. I'm getting them from consumers that are loving this stuff.
Yeah, man, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. I still have yet to try it. Now I got it in the mail, and I got a process I got to go through, but I'm going to get to it, and I'll come back with my own feedback on it as soon as I finish making that other video for you. Get right. So.
That's all good. Like I said, it's all fun. And, as this goes on, we'll get some new people in that want to discuss cigars and, just talk about stuff and whatever's on your mind. We're going to try to stay away from politics. That's one thing I don't think we should really get into, even though I love getting into it. But that's a sensitive subject for a lot of people. But besides that, pretty much anything I think should be game because as you're smoking a cigar, we're going to tell you, I think what we're going to do is smoke the same one, give it what each one of us paid for it or however we did it, take the hour to smoke it, talk about it a little bit here and there as we smoke through it, but bring up other topics that, people might want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because that's what a cigar is. A cigar is getting with people to discuss, just like you were talking about the Churchill thing. It's just to sit back and talk about something and enjoy the cigar while you're talking about it, because everybody's on the same playing field.
Yeah, exactly.
And Dagan says, yeah, no politics. Yeah, religion's the other one. I just kind of figured that was a thing.
No politics or religion. You're absolutely correct. Dagan, in case you guys didn't know, I'm a Freemason, and that's some of the rules that they taught us in the lodge, that we are never to talk about politics or religion, because that's how wars get started. So
Yep.
I try to live by that if in situations like this at all costs.
Yeah. Hershey said, do you guys have smoker friendly where you're from? If you have bought cigars from them, that's the closest place so far I can find. Do you have smoker friendly? I don't understand the question.
Excuse me. Do you guys have smoker friendly? Okay, I'm assuming Brian means, do you have smoker friendly places where we are from, and have I bought cigars from them that's close to where I live at? Oh, do I know some places that are close to where he's at? Correct me if I'm wrong, Brian. So I will try to answer this the best I can. I do have cigar lounges by me where I live at that I purchase from, because I like to support local. And you can smoke inside there. Anybody can meet up and we can go in there and sit down in the lounge. Now, there is COVID spacing, so there's going to be a gap between you and me, about 6 feet. So there's two different lounges I go to. One lounge used to hold up to like 30 people, and I think nowadays it only holds about 8 people. So if you get in early, we can get seats to sit down and have a cigar. Now, there's another lounge to go to, similar situation that I visit. If you want to order cigars, you can go to Cigars International. There's the Cigar Monster.
Famous Smoke.
Where?
FamousSmoke.com.
Yeah, Famous Smoke. You got Atlantic Cigar Company.
Yeah. You could just search. You could just search Google and put in cigars, and it'll pop up a ton of places where you can buy stuff.
If you're down in Florida, they have it's called the Smoke Inn. I know the owner pretty well. His name is Abe. I'm going to screw up his last name, Dabina, and he's a super huge guy. He's probably about your size, Bam.
Super huge. Thanks.
Well, I mean, big, well known. So, but he owns I want to say like 13 different shops all throughout Florida.
Oh, dang!
And he puts on a great smoke every year. And matter of fact, they're doing a virtual smoke this year where you order your ticket. Normally, I would drive the 13 hours or so to get down there to go to his event. And I would spend the weekend there talking to all the manufacturers, smoking all the cigars. And I would come back with like 50 to 75 cigars back with me, plus all the food and drinks that you can have while you're at this event. So pretty cool.
There's Dagan's thing. It focused for a minute and then it stopped.
Oh.
But Dagan's thing says community talk on Dagan's thing. Talk about whatever, just bring community, stuff like that. So y'all check him out tomorrow at 5:00 on his channel.
Good seeing you. Thanks for stopping by, Derek. I appreciate your time. I know we've been on here for a while, but thank you for hanging out with us. I greatly appreciate it. Here we go. No, it's a smoke company that sells cigarettes and cigars. We have them all over. There are now places around me to buy them. Oh. So you're talking about, oh gosh, I don't know how to say this and be politically correct. I'll just say it's called the Smoker's Post, for example. And they sell cigarettes and vaping stuff and hookah and cigars.
Yeah, smoke shop.
What you're talking about, Brian? Because I have them all around here too, but
let me answer while we're talking on that one. Billy just asked, be careful of Cigars International. They tend to be out quite a bit of stuff. Here's what happened with Cigar International. Cigar International is based out of Pennsylvania, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And when COVID hit, a lot of cigar companies stopped making cigars.
Yeah.
Cigar International is huge and is a huge online seller. So they ran out. They actually shut their doors for 3 months to keep things going. So that's why Cigars International, they are back up and running now. I don't know. I haven't bought anything from them. I haven't since the COVID stuff. But that's what happened with Cigars International. They literally, because of whatever Pennsylvania and their COVID and all the other crap was going on, they literally had to shut their doors, and they got a very bad rep because of that, because they had so many orders that still had to go out, but Pennsylvania made them shut their doors. Yeah. So that's what happened with Cigars International.
I like Cigars International because when I was deployed to Afghanistan, that was the only company that would send me product when I ordered.
Really?
Yeah. So, and I've been to their stores in Pennsylvania, in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, I think is where the store's at. So yes, Brian Hershey, those places, those smoker post places that sell the hookahs and all that, to me, that's not a real cigar lounge. They're just there to make money and sell tobacco.
Yeah.
Most of the ones that I have visited around my area, they don't know crap about the cigars that they carry. They just put some in there hoping to make a sale, and they don't always maintain the proper humidity to control and maintain the cigar for perfect smoking.
Yeah,
so just keep that in mind.
A true cigar shop, Brian, will be that. They'll have cigars, and some here in Georgia, if you go North Georgia, actually have a bar inside the cigar lounge so you can get a drink and smoke your cigar at the same time. But if you ever see one that's got hookah and cigarettes and all that, that's not a cigar place. That's just that's mostly a vape place where people go get vape juice and they just happen to have cigars sitting there hoping they might buy one because they bought it for $4 and they're selling them for $10.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, I got quite a few around here by me, and I've been in and I ask them because I know what I'm talking about, but I play dumb, and they fail every time. So
we got a bunch here too. I don't go nowhere near. I go to them a lot of times. I'll have to go to them to buy my fuel for my lighter because my cigar shop do not carry fuel. Most of them don't for whatever reason. I never asked, so I'll get my fuel from there. But other than that, that's about the only time I'll ever go to one.
I was just curious. I wonder how many people we've had in here today with us. Right now we got 6. I just now saw this up in my corner of my screen. I've been enjoying our conversation so much I haven't paid attention to how many people we had. So I'm curious at the end to see how many people we actually had come in here.
Yeah, I didn't even look. So like I said, I've seen it the count as high as 8, and I've seen it as low as 2. So we've had some good stuff, and I think it's going to take time to build like anything else. If it's something we want to try to keep rolling and doing, I think it's me personally, I think it's better this than talking about beard stuff because me as a beard company, I want to talk about my stuff. I mean,
right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I'd rather do something like this where I can talk about something that's not mine.
Can I ask the 5 viewers that we still have inside the chat here? Have you guys subscribed to my channel on YouTube? I'm just going to ask.
Who has subscribed to Sam the Cigar Man on YouTube?
Give me a thumbs up if you have subscribed. If you have not, I still love you. Don't worry about it. But I would like it. It helps me, and I like it when so Bam, since I'm just talking about this in general, Drew has been a big supporter of my channel. Now, if you watch my videos, I'm very basic. I just say what I want to say. And I'm not as cool as people like Dagan and Brian Hershey that know how to do all the editing stuff for my videos. But I just try to keep it honest and simple. Drew has actually been a huge supporter of mine. He'll come in, he'll watch my video, and he'll leave me comments. And I like that. I like it when people give me some kind of a feedback and a thumbs up, and they have actually watched my videos. So if you are one of them. I appreciate it. I know Dagan, he answers sometimes, and he'll drop a comment. So
and I
follow them, and I would like it if they followed me back to support me.
Yeah, I watch most of your stuff too. I just don't comment. I put the thumbs up, but I've gotten to the point now that I just don't comment on a lot of people's stuff unless it has to do with Jolly Old Fat Man. Now, if you do something for Jolly Old Fat Man, I'll comment on comments on comments. I'm trying to
I saw that.
But as far as anything else, I just try to, because the beard world can be finicky sometimes, and I just don't want to be in that anymore. So I watch, and you sometimes I'll send you a message, man, I enjoyed it, this and the other, but I rarely ever leave comments anymore. So I mean, we got some reviewers in here. We got Dagan. I watched most of his stuff.
I watched Dagan's stuff. Dagan's got some skills, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, and I watch him. I just don't comment anymore, just because unless it has to honestly do with Jolly Old Fat Man, I just try not to.
It makes sense. I can see it from your side, yeah. And Dagan, thank you for supporting me as well. I appreciate it, sir. I really do.
Watching has been your sub. Billy Rogers said yeah. Billy said yeah. Eric Kennedy said. So everybody watching is a sub viewer. So there you go.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate your all support. I really do. So thank you.
All right, brother. Well, I think we're on that 2 hour and 30 mark, and I'm getting a little anxious to stand up here and see if the wife wants to get something to eat or go grab something little here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make me a pizza or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll play some golf.
But you guys definitely look out for more of these, because if you're interested in coming in and smoking a cigar with us, I don't know what Sam's StreamYard can set or this, that, or the other, but Drew will be back. And the next time we do this, I'd say probably every 2 or 3 weeks or so, because I don't think it'd be an every week type of thing.
No, it'll be once in a while. We cut my work schedule and your all schedules.
Yeah, so and we'll get the same cigar, and we're gonna discuss the cigar and let you know from a modest person to a newbie to Mr. Sam over there who knows everything about him, and what do you think? So you may see 3 completely different aspects of cigar, and we're gonna try to keep it under an hour. Yeah. This was a fluke. We were just getting started out, so that's why I ran way over. But I appreciate everybody that stuck around. So thank you. And the Big Pig cigars, I have not heard of that, nor seen it, or tried it. So I might have to look that up. Just went to Colorado. We used to have a lot of cigar shops, but they're gone. Well, you know why, Brian, right? Because now you got a bunch of pot shops, and pot makes more money than cigars.
Yeah.
Most of your cigar shops in Colorado, because I have one of my over there at for what I do for work normally, I have my guys out there at Fort Collins, Colorado, and that's why most of the cigar shops have gone away, just honestly because
this guy
we cooking dinner.
Deliberately bearded. He's also one of my subscribers, and I watch his content too. So I don't know if you saw it, Bam, but I posted a video on Instagram of me cooking dinner the other night just to be funny. And then my son followed up behind me, did the same thing. So
I saw something popping in the microwave. He had a pot pie.
Yeah. So Ron's busting my chops about that. I'm cooking dinner tonight, Ron. I got a gourmet Italian dinner I'm going to make up tonight. It's going to have maybe some sausages, some cheeses, some peppers. It's going to have
tombstone on it.
And maybe some pepperonis, you know what I mean? and this one's going into the actual oven, so I should be okay with that.
Well, if you're good with it, I think you should go ahead and end the stream on your end, and we'll keep people out and let people know what's going on, and I'll make some stuff, and we'll do this again.
All right. Sounds good, man. Everybody that stopped by, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. And thank you, Brian. I appreciate it, man. You are a huge supporter, and thank you. So, we'll put something together, and we'll schedule it for another time. And, I'll catch you guys later, man. Take care, everybody. When in doubt, Charlie out. No, that's not my phrase. What's my phrase again? When all else fails, grab your cigar and chill. There we go. All right. I'll catch you all later.
Later, guys.